Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy. Send it.
Incoming!
Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin, bro. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros. Fake news, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. One last time before New Year's. Kids, let's not forget, we got Creed. Well, the cover band is playing tomorrow night at our Christmas party here. The cover band's name is Higher. It doesn't get any better than that. Come by the old studio tomorrow night, 6 p.m., 9221 Highway 290 West, Austin, Texas, 78736. Free Hard AF Seltzer. We got over 20-something bikes and scooters for kids, boys and girls here. So if you're having a hard time over Christmas trying to buy one of your kids a big ticket item, you can have one, no questions asked. And
I might have
we love
a few
you guys.
questions, actually.
What are yours? What are your questions?
I don't know. It'll be sexual, probably.
Yeah.
I'm just a curious guy.
Obviously.
I'm not going to do anything with the information.
No, you just want to know.
Just want to know for my own curiosity. I would like to know if there's any drinking bros in this area that can pick up some firewood for us, because I don't have a truck. I've got a fucking SUV, and I can't really stack firewood in there.
I have a pickup truck. The problem is I'm going out with Ryan Mills to pick up the Hard AF Seltzer tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
So if you're in the area
splits
here and you've got a truck, hit me up. Just DM me or something, and we'll link up sometime. I got nothing going on tomorrow. It's not a matter of time. I just don't have a fucking truck to move it. And we want to get a decent amount of firewood, obviously.
Yeah, and how many cases? I think we got 100 cases of Hard AF Seltzer coming in. So it's a big deal. Obviously, the Creed cover band could go through half of them. No idea tomorrow night. And then somebody volunteered to cook out. We've got some grills, obviously, in the back. God, there's so many DMs I can't go through. I remember saying yes to the guy, but I don't know who it is. And we'll be here tomorrow, okay? I'll bring some meats. We'll bring some fun meats over and all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Who cares? We're having an all-night rager. Tomorrow night, Oklahoma, Alabama's on. Anthony Joshua's going to knock out Jake Paul live on Netflix around the world.
It's going to be brisk.
Is it? It's going to be cold tomorrow night?
Not cold. It'll be in the mid to low 60s, and then as the night goes on, into the mid 50s.
40s? Okay. That's not bad.
I don't think it's going to get in the 40s until like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be, it's perfect weather to stand around a fire for sure.
Or if
it's
out
dry, allegedly. The fucking weather says the weather's never been right in the history of my fucking life.
Sure.
But it says it's going to be dry, which is nice.
It is. And if you black out here on the premises, you can camp out, sleep in your cars, do whatever you need here. The studio will be used, though, by the Creed cover band. This is their green room for the show, and they've got to prep.
Also, this is your...
Got to get ready.
This is your verbal warning. Anything that happens on these premises to you, we are indemnified from it. It's your fault. You're an adult.
Yep. So whatever happens, happens.
We accept no responsibility for any of your stupid bullshit.
Yeah, we got 3 acres here, so if you want to shit outside. Just dig a hole and shit outside.
Mm-hmm. Dig it. Matter of fact, if you're one of the first people to show up, dig a slit trench out back, and then everybody can use it the whole time. Make sure it's downwind or upwind rather.
We'll provide the toilet paper. We do have plenty of toilet paper here.
Yeah, we want. I think Bob likes the stink, so.
Yeah, if you want the stink, Bob, we'll give you the stink.
With someone I want the stink from. I don't
what are you saying?
I'm not just a stink slut.
You don't like Drinkin' Bros?
Or do you want a nice lady stink? Are you in a you ever
stink is stink?
Okay. You ever gone that shit route that we were talking about yesterday?
Nah.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, just checking. Okay, just checking out there. And then if you're looking for a last-second Christmas gift, The Final Inch is out now on hardback, paperback, wetback, your mom's back, Kindle, all that fun stuff, and it will get there before Christmas on Amazon. They deliver in 48 hours, so shout out to fucking Amazon for that. A lot of people looking for last-minute gifts. And again, if you have kids and you're here tomorrow nights, show up at 6 o'clock, and we'll be handing those out. Show will be outside tomorrow nights around a nice fire, and Creed will be playing afterwards. The cover band Creed. I keep saying Creed. I think they are method and they go all out, is what I've been told. So I'm amped about it, and I can't wait. I can't wait for tomorrow night. Last night though, got pretty crazy. What a head fake by Trump. Trump head fake in the Warrior dividend happened at the presidential address last night. Now, many of us thought this was going to be a declaration of war, potentially against Venezuela. I believe all our ships are down there and they're blocking off passageways and all that other stuff. But it's a big boy story, and we'll get to in a minute. But Michael Knowles nailed what really was going to happen with the address. Trump head faked the fuck out of the liberal media by teasing them with a potential declaration of war against Venezuela. So they'd all talk shit and cover it, and they spent the entire night sitting back there in the green room, pissed off.
Yeah, it wasn't just.
As he just listed the cool shit he did.
It wasn't just the legacy media. It was also just the usual suspects: Tucker, Dave Smith, those guys who, like, anytime Trump does anything, it's like, oh, it's gonna fucking end the country.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, maybe. Guess we'll see.
And it didn't. The other thing he listed last night was the inflation numbers and how well the country's doing, which he did for roughly an hour or so last night. Now, I don't know if he had these numbers that came out this morning, but Bob, go to your Twitter. I DM'd you the videos. The inflation numbers were lower than expected, and even CNN this morning was shocked by this. But a lot of the mainstream media last night said he was lying about this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and press play on this video, Bobathy. Or do you like Lorena Bobbitt?
It was a better number than anyone was expecting. Look, inflation's been very high. It's stayed high. It has not been coming down. But, people were expecting it to be above 3%. It was well below 3%. I mean, I think the president will take this as good news. The investors will think that interest rates will get cut more. So, it was a positive news. There's no other way to spin it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially what he made a good point. It's weird how an economics professor from Harvard is making a good point in economics.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt the need to say he's making a good point. Obviously, he's making a good fucking point. But the fact that we have been decreasing rates and inflation continues to go down alongside it means that there's a lot of confidence in the economy domestically right now. That's the only thing it can mean, right?
Well, for me, we've talked about this throughout the year. All the deals that he's done are going to come to fruition.
Well, maybe. I mean, like some will, some won't. I think he needs to stop overplaying it a little bit because it's gone from 22 trillion in commitments and it's actually 18. He was saying 22 for about 2 months, and then somebody finally kind of looked at him and was like, "Actually, this is about 18, sir." And he's like, "Oh, well, I'll start saying 18 now."
Okay.
Which seems like more of a problem with the staff than Trump, because I doubt he's fucking sitting there with a calculator figuring it out. It's not really his job to do that,
right?
Frankly, but whatever. I mean, he also has a tendency to. I heard somebody put it interestingly this morning. Actually, he has. I think it was Ari Fleischer. He has a tendency to round up because he's a fucking. He's a glass half full guy. He's an optimist, right?
Sure.
It's like, all right, I understand the predilection to do that, but make sure that you're even keeled for the people. So when you say something, you don't give these leftist twats something to say. Oh, he's fucking lying. Anyways, it's a really good sign that interest rates have dropped 75 basis points in the last 3 months, and that inflation ticked up a 0.25% last month, but this month came back down to 2.7, under 3, which 3 is the threshold we want to stay under, right? Very good sign.
Yeah. And then, Bob, the next video I sent you was from CNBC. They were live during this, and the guy just audibly gasped at this number. Go ahead and play this clip here.
The number
well,
of
don't
the
put
morning,
it on the screen.
CPI, maybe coming in a little bit better than expected. 2.7%, a little light here. I'm just reading the headlines here. Year over year, 2.7. Ex-food and energy core, 2.6. So 0.4 off. That is a very good number here. And it
This
really,
guy was just
I
stunned
have
live
not
on
looked at
air.
the internals. I'll look at them now, but it suggests that the internals are good as well. Let's see, year over year, over the last 12 months. There is no month to month, but some guys will be able to calculate. Seasonally adjusted index for all items less food and energy rose 0.2% over the 2 months. So correct my math here, Michael Santoli, but 0.2 divided by 2 is 0.1.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's a very, very low monthly rate here. The index for shelter increase, so you did get a really nice decline in shelter, which was 0.2. So that was 0.1 per month. The number
I'm
of the morning,
assuming
the
shelter
CPI.
is housing.
Housing,
Yeah. Okay. I haven't heard it called shelter in a long time, other than a tornado drill in school. But yeah, he was stunned as this was going on, and it was nothing but kind of positivity last night.
A lot of it was, yes. So Trump, again, he head faked everybody, and then he spent about 20 minutes making them listen to all of his accomplishments, which is funny. I mean, it's typical Trump, and everybody should have seen it coming, too. He highlighted just the drastic change in our border security and immigration. I mean, we're making it through all these different processes. He just announced another travel ban, obviously, a couple of days ago, both outright travel bans and then some restrictions on a couple of countries. And about 36 countries were involved in that. And we're at about net zero illegals coming across the border at this moment, which is in stark contrast to the 15 to 20 million that came during Biden. He talked about it last night. He said that in early 26, there's a bunch of housing initiatives that are going to happen in conjunction with getting all these illegals out. So that's something that obviously the administration is really focused on. And they don't have to solve the whole problem by next year, but they need to solve some of it. Obviously, we talked about this before. The so-called affordability crisis. And you can do it in a number of ways. You can make people more money, or you can make shit cost less. And you can do both, right? I mean, when we talked about bringing the debt down, part of it was not just about paying off the debt itself, but also in limiting how much is accruing, bringing the interest down, right? And rates help with that. And then as far as paying it down, there's two ways to do it. There is paying it off in lump sums, which we can do, and I think we should, instead of giving people $2,000 checks, to be honest, because every bit counts. Like if you can pay that towards the principal, because right now our third highest expenditure as a country isn't the military, it's the interest on our fucking debt.
Right.
Okay. If you think about that in terms of round numbers, let's say you make $100,000 a year, housing is going to cost you $25K a year, about 20 to 25% of your income. Food's going to cost you another 20.
Sure.
Right? And your third highest expenditure in that is going to be debt, interest on the debt, right? Which means you're at somewhere between 15 and 20 grand of your $120 or $100,000 a year salary on debt. That's crazy. You can't do that. So getting that stuff down, and then increasing revenue through tariff, and making the economy larger. Those are the two things you can do. So taking the GDP from 6 or so trillion up to 7.5 over the next couple of years, and then also bringing tariff revenue up, kind of balances it out a little bit more. It allows us to actually have a balanced budget. And a big part of that as well is about cutting all this waste, fraud, and abuse in all of our systems, right? So the two largest expenditures are Medicaid, at what is it, Bob? 1.7 fucking trillion or something like that.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's insane. I can't remember what the other one. What's the other one? I'm blanking on it right now. It's Medicaid and then I think welfare. Is it 1.5 or 1.
SNAP? You're talking about SNAP and all that shit?
All of it combined, I think, is 1.3 to 1.5. I can't remember the number. I know it's SNAP. Or not SNAP. I know it's welfare. But those two numbers specifically can be brought down just by kicking people out of the country and then cleaning up the waste, fraud, and abuse. They just charged another fucking 2 Haitian dudes for stealing $7 million from SNAP today.
Boston?
Yeah, the media referred to them as Massachusetts men. No shit. Use that phrase. Not even kidding.
So they were. I didn't see the race. I just read.
They were
the
Haitian.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they were Haitian illegal immigrants.
God damn it, dude.
So
yeah, we're gonna get 2026. We get that fixed.
Yeah, the economy and affordability. Obviously, more money to people, less taxes on them is one way to do it, and then to make things more affordable. Again, it's a sliding scale that brings things closer to center. Prescription drug prices, the fact that we're a most favored nation now, which these are American companies that make most of these drugs, but they make them somewhere else and then we don't get preferential status. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is that, right? So he's finally figuring that out. And then, of course, the tax cuts that are coming for the 26 tax year. I think they're going to go through with this $1,000 to $2,000 dividend for people. So whatever. I mean, you're just going to have to live with that, and hopefully people will use it to pay down debt or to buy appliances. Those are the two best things you can do. Like improve the quality of your housing somehow, or your daily life, or pay down your debt. Those are two great things to do. And then
debts.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd highly recommend debts.
The less overall debt there is in this country, the better rates will get more quickly, too.
Mm-hmm.
And lendable money will become larger. Like the pool of lendable money will become larger. That's part of all the housing reform stuff, too, is to do some incentives. There's a lot going on in Northern Europe with this right now, to include Russia. A couple of the Scandinavian countries and Poland and, if I'm not mistaken, Hungary are all rolling around these ideas of, I think the one in Russia is for every kid you have, a quarter of your fucking mortgage gets paid off.
Hungary.
No, that's not mortgage, right?
Oh, mortgage.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Hungary is about taxation. So for every child you have, it's a quarter of your taxable income off the books. And then when you have four, you never.
Really?
Yes, when you have four children, you don't ever pay federal tax again. I think until they're like 25 or something like that.
Bet I might have to pop out another one, Bob.
Yeah,
You're on that list too, dude.
For Russia, who I don't know if they're having I don't pay that much attention to their economy. I don't know if they're having a housing crisis or whatever. But for them, the bill being floated right now in their legislature is, for every child you have, a quarter of your mortgage comes off the books.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So just think about what that kind of thing, what that could do for the American middle class. Because as I've mentioned many, many times before, most middle class people make most of their wealth through the equity in their home. So you have 4 children, and now you're fucking $500,000 house, which is the average in this country now.
Yes.
You own a $500,000 piece of property that you don't owe shit on.
You can also pass it down to those kids.
You can either pass it down to them or you can capitalize it. Mm-hmm. You can sell it for $500,000 or whatever it's worth on the market right now, and just keep the money. And if you're smart, you can roll it into a 1031, like half of it at least.
Rental property, you can, whatever you want.
You can buy 2 houses right now because you can put a 50% down payment on one and a 50% down payment on another one that's a rental property right next door.
Yeah.
And rent it and make income on it. I'm just saying there's a bunch of different ways to do this, but those are really important. And then, of course, he announced a new Warrior dividend, which is a one-time $1,776 bonus check for active duty troops.
Every Christmas, did he say?
No, just this year, I think.
Okay.
I don't actually, no, it's one time. And I think it's in honor of America's 250th birthday.
Oh, got it. Yeah, that's I was trying to figure out. So will that go into effect on Christmas?
I don't know when it goes out. I didn't catch that part of it.
That's what I thought he said.
Yeah, and then he rattled off a bunch of general achievements. Positive change in Washington, rising wages. Wages are rising faster than inflation now for the first time in a very long time. And then, talked about the 250th birthday. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. Speaking of that, my buddy Jared Isaacman is going to be doing some stuff for that. He has also been
finally got in?
Confirmed as the NASA administrator. So Jared, I expect a tour of all the NASA stuff, and I want to be on whatever the next space launch is. I should be in charge of it.
I would love to. Have you been
to space? No.
No. It's to see one of the launches.
No.
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm
dude.
sure it's cool.
Jared, we want in. I want to go. I haven't been since I was a kid.
Can we film it for the company? That'd be fucking awesome.
Be
footage.
great, dude. Holy shit. So they let you up to a certain point down at Cape Canaveral.
That makes sense.
I don't know if is NASA using SpaceX facilities or how's that still work?
I mean, it depends on what you're doing. There's certain things that fall under NASA's purview still, and then some things that NASA, as an administrator, is contracting out to SpaceX. And I think Bezos is going to get some too.
Okay.
Like, it's good. We shouldn't have.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, we shouldn't have. Unfortunately, Blue Origin's doing okay. They're not keeping up in the same way that that Musk is, obviously. But Virgin just fell off the map. We need like 5 or 6 companies doing this shit, to be honest.
Right.
If we're really going to focus on it, I mean, one of the things is putting data centers in space where they stay at negative 270 degrees Celsius. Mm-hmm. So they don't have to be cooled and use up all of our fucking drinking water, for example, is something that people are talking about right now. Obviously, mining materials up there and becoming a multiplanetary species is something that we really need to think about as well. We say multiplanetary, it might be moons that we end up on, like, just because something's a planet doesn't necessarily mean it's good for us, right? But we'll figure that. There's a lot of stuff going on there over the next like 500 years that we need to be preparing for, I think. And it's all kind of happening. But you can't just have SpaceX doing it.
No,
competition
you can't.
matters.
I agree, and the problem is it's costly. So with Branson, he was a hobbyist. I'm going to use air quotes on this. Like, he was the first one to do it. I don't know if you guys remember this launch. Bob, go to Twitter and look up Branson's space launch. The shuttle itself looked like the Challenger. It looked like the old shuttles from the 80s.
Yeah, I don't think he built it. I think he like remodeled
something
an old
to
one
that
or something.
effect.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. This was like in the 2003 or some shit. It was a long time ago.
It was a space race between these 3 billionaires and who could get it up to go.
But
first.
wasn't this in the aughts? It was like 03, 04, 05.
No. This was I would say maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But he did it months before Musk.
It had to be
months
before
Blue Origin, and if you pop it up, because he was on the flights, and he's weightless, by the way. YouTube will probably
it was 2016 is their first test
2016,
flight.
that's when it was, yeah.
If I remember
so
correctly,
Branson was on it, and he was weightless, and he did the videos and all the fun stuff, and yeah, but the problem was when it landed, it looked like the old space shuttles from the 80s, and you knew that model probably wasn't going to succeed. What Musk was doing was on a different planet.
Yeah, I mean, we've all heard Musk. Well, if you pay attention to this stuff, which I do, you've heard Musk talk about it before. The problem is tonnage, right? How much it costs us to get a ton of stuff into space and then make it travel from here to, like, right now we're basing it on a trip to Mars, basically, right? Because it's like it can be anywhere from 2 years to 9 months, depending on where in the window you are. Obviously, I don't want to get into fucking physics here, but the planets and moons are all fucking going around the sun, but at different speeds and also in different orbits. So there's a point where it lines up like this, that if you take off at that point, it's more of a straight line to Mars. It takes about 9 months. That's what you're looking for, right? But still, there's a 2-year trip too. So we're trying to get, I think it's like, Bob, you can look this up, but to get to, it's like $1 billion per ton or some stupid shit like that to get a ton of material to like 1,000 pounds, 2,000 pounds rather of material from here to Mars.
It's very, very expensive. All this is very
about
costly.
$100 million per ton.
100 million. Yeah. So he's trying. What he said, I think, is he wants to get that down to like $2,500. And it's about fuel and reusability of the rockets. Mm-hmm. Reusability of the rockets was the first thing to do. And he's the first person, that big-ass elevator-looking thing or skyscraper-looking thing that literally catches the rocket ship, that was the first step. That was the most important part, was to be able to use that rocket more than one time. Mm-hmm. Now we've got to figure out how to make it lighter and how to make the overall weight of the fuel lighter as well, which right now we're using like liquid O2 and stuff. So it's a challenge, but they're working on it.
Well, the good news is, too, Bezos has caught up to that technology. So
I wouldn't be shocked
if he
if
successfully landed his a rocket, a reusable rocket as well.
I wouldn't be shocked if Elon didn't help him out with it. I mean, remember when everybody else was failing, all their shit was catching on fire, Elon put his plans for his battery on the market.
Yeah. Look, all of this helps, and obviously he'll probably get a big government contract and all that other stuff. But it's fascinating, and Guess what? There was no war last night. Now, as a veteran, are you ants about the 1776 that's active military and troops are going to get?
I think we should do whatever we can as a country to incentivize people to serve their country, including, but not just serving in the military, but in every form of service, to include being a parent, dad, mom. You know what I mean? We are the only industrialized country in the world that doesn't offer, as on the federal level, paid maternity leave. And you can say, that's socialist bullshit and blah, blah, blah. All right, cool, that's fine. I mean, we all should agree on it. Not literally every single person, but there should be a majority agreement on that. But I think if we want our civilization to continue, then we probably need to prioritize moms and dads.
Well, everything you listed at the top is an excellent way to do it.
Yeah.
Because Bob, if they really did all that, would that incentivize you to have a fourth kid? Because you and I both have 3.
Probably not at this point, and it's not even a money thing. It's just like I like having 3 kids, and I really don't want my wife to be pregnant again.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to go 3. I mean,
it sucks.
Or wouldn't have to go 4th, because 3 still does 75% of that.
Yeah.
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, under these plans that are going live in, or at least being discussed in Northern Europe right now, you get a bump each kid.
Okay.
Right? And I think, incentivize that. But obviously there's going to be caveats to it. Like, you've got to be a taxpayer.
Sure.
And not a fucking
snap
loser.
payer?
Yeah. Yeah.
What does taxpayer mean?
It's a good question. It's going to have to be sussed out exactly what they mean by that.
Yeah.
And how much?
Because I mean, like, if I'm getting refunds.
They're going to apply it to the household.
Yeah.
No, a taxpayer is a taxpayer. You loan the government money for a year.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
By the way, the government just invests your money for a year and then gives it back to you after the fact.
They hold it in
and
escrow.
they do it like this too, with a gun. But yeah, that's a taxpayer, and certainly a stay-at-home mother is a taxpayer because she's supporting the household, and the household's a taxpayer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then you file joint taxes. So when you're married,
100%. So yeah, all those people should qualify, to be honest.
Fair enough. If I was younger, it would be a different story also. I don't know if I want another
Well, I mean,
child.
not everybody wants 4 kids. I think 2 to 3 is probably, for civilization to continue, per woman, it's got to be 2.1.
Right.
So you want 3, right? But, if you get enough 4s, then 2 is fine.
Yeah.
And in that
essentially- it's a
0.1,
small
is that
problem.
just a leg of a kid? What happens there? What
Just
do I have
something.
to do with that?
I think it's all the hair
All right. Just a bag of hair?
and bones, maybe, but no skin.
I would like a bag of hair, baby teeth, and some toenails.
From anybody in particular, or just...
No, from the kid.
Oh, which one?
It doesn't matter if it's going to be if it's going to be 2.1. That would be the 0.1, and yeah, I'll kind of walk around with that.
Yeah.
I'll feed it, put it to bed every night. It's just a huge Ziploc bag of hair, baby teeth, and toenail clippings.
But yeah, these are all additional things that we can do.
Yeah,
for sure. We should be prioritizing saving our civilization. 1 is getting these motherfuckers out of here who are leeches. 2 is getting motherfuckers out of here who don't believe what we believe. Gotta go. And then 3 is incentivizing people to make more of what we know works. More of what we know works are nuclear families and children. And then, parental involvement in the education, which requires mom to be at home a lot more than fucking working 40 to 50 hours a week. Let's be real about that.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is important. And then, we're seeing good signs with the economy. I expect to see a lot more in early 26, another 25 basis points off the rate, which would make a full point over the course of 5 months, which is a pretty significant rate cut. I mean, you haven't seen a rate cut that fast since 9/11.
No.
Or I guess maybe after the housing crisis, they went down to 0 for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you don't want to, 0 is an emergency situation. I'm talking about in a normal time. Going a full point over the course of 5 months is pretty significant. And the fact that inflation is not going up while that's happening means that there is a healthy churn going on in the economy right now. What we need now to see is for Treasury yields to start catching back up again. That would be the final sign that the economy is on the full upswing, is for Treasury yields to start going up as well. And that's going to come with stronger economic growth as some of these plants start to get built here, the chip plants, the truck plants, all that stuff. And then we're going to be building Toyotas in America and shipping them off to Japan, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of the opposite of what's been going on for a fucking long time. And then, tightening the monetary policy as well. I think the Trump admin should campaign on during the 26 season something about not increasing debt. Something about not printing money. I think they should, I don't know what it looks like, but I think that should definitely be something that we talk about. And then obviously treasury yields as well happen, higher yields happen when we increase the treasury supply. And one of the ways to do that, like I've said before, is these foreign deals that bring U.S. dollars that are floating on the international market back into our economy, and then we can just send them to the Treasury directly, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of it's in the weeds, but we need. A good point. Woon says 2.1 is replacement level. We need growth, so we need 2.5 basically, right? So you need to have 3 or 4 kids essentially per woman, and not everybody's going to want to have kids. So the more you can have, the more we should incentivize you. It makes sense for us.
So if it's who's that womb rated in the chat?
Yeah.
So he's saying half. So I want the bottom half then of a kid. But that's cool. Like I can't. There's too many problems with the top half. Like the bottom half wouldn't talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. They're not going to give you any lip at the end of this.
Yeah, but that's where all the shit comes from too, though.
Very true. Very true. I'll get back to you on that, Womb Raider. Okay, but we talked about predictions for next year on Ross Patterson Revolution. As far as entertainment goes, I think politically and where the economy goes, I'm bullish on what's going to happen next year. I think Powell's out in May. I think the new guy who gets in there is going to want to satisfy Trump, obviously. I think he cuts it probably a full basis point after he gets in there. And I could see interest rates dropping by 2 full points by the end of next year.
I fully expect it to be 2 full points. I expect, because that's going to create a lot of churn in the housing market too. Right now, there's not a lot.
No.
But if you're if you're able to establish the rate at 4 and then buy half a point with $25K or something like that and go it down to 3.5, people are going to fucking be buying houses. I promise you that.
Hey, you get under 5.
Yeah, just under 5. Yeah,
I think you get under 5, it's all going to change. And it's not just houses, it's going to be cars too.
Yeah.
So
cars are worse. Cars are like, if you go.
Oh, dude, it's like fucking 13%.
Yeah, it's like 11. Well, the last time I went, they tried to give me 11. I'm like, no, let's take another look at that credit report, brother. I'm not paying 11. I got it down below 10, but still, it wasn't going lower than what I got it. And
no.
My shit was good.
Shit, it's
and we also have an established history with this specific company too, and it was still like that. It's like, fuck, man. Cars shouldn't be more than 5 or 6%.
No. And it's gotten brutal and out of control, and the used car market and all that other shit. But I will say this, during this year at least, they started bringing out affordable SUVs that finally looked fucking cool. We talked about the Toyota Land Cruiser and all that other shit. Like that SUV is dope as fuck, man. And that's reasonably priced at like 58 or 60, where you're like, okay, awesome, man. Those fucking, I know it's going to sound crazy, but the Kias, like I'll roll up on a Kia these days and I'm like, is that a fucking Range Rover, man? Like,
Kia routinely wins safest car almost every year. Their SUV wins almost every year.
But now they're looking cool, where you're just like, I mean, I did a head fake yesterday. I thought this was one of those expensive Range Rovers, the ones that are mats, the boxy ones or whatever. And I was just like, oh, shit, is that? Oh, no, that's a Kia. All right. Fuck. And then you got those new, what are the cute little trucks that you love, Byron? The anime trucks.
K trucks.
Yeah, the K trucks.
Yeah.
So those are fun. Those are coming here as well.
Hilux, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and those are great. So I think you got a lot of positive things coming up on the horizon there, and I'm looking forward to next year. I haven't said that in a long time, I don't think. I mean, for real. Economy-wise and everything else-wise, I think 2026 is going to be a good year. If we can get these shitbirds out of the country, it'll be a great year, Next up, Trump Care. That was brought up last night. House Republicans passed a bill they say will lower health care costs for a broad swath of Americans by roughly 11%. It's a victory for Speaker Mike Johnson, who has been managing deep divisions within the House GOP on the topic of health care as insurance premiums are set to spike across the country in a matter of weeks. One glaring issue that remains unresolved is Obamacare subsidies, which were enhanced during COVID-19 pandemic, but are set to expire at the end of the year. The legislation passed 216 to 211.
Isn't it crazy that like the Democrats passed this completely shit bill, and then it was going completely off the rails, and then they used COVID to subsidize it with federal funds, and then pretended like that's just how it's got to be. Like, look, I know we fucked up, but here's some gasoline. I need you to pour it on that fire right now.
Yeah.
Like, no, man, come on. And then to with regard to the Republicans, they haven't done a goddamn thing.
No.
The only person that's done anything is Trump, and that's by the most favored nation status with drug prices. That's the only thing that's been done from the right that's solved any kind of real problem. So this one's got to, they've got to figure this out. I don't know. So a discharge petition is what got voted on here. Obviously, it's to get rid. It's the same as the cloture vote. Not the same, but it's like this cloture vote in Senate. So now you can get voted on up and down, and usually it just goes the same way that the actual vote did. So it'll pass the House. We'll see if it passes the Senate in this iteration or in this Constitution. They have to go back and change it somehow. I don't know what's going to happen there, but yeah, Obama. This is from August Pfluger, who's the Republican Study Committee chairman from Texas, apparently.
Okay.
He says it's a solid first step. He says Obamacare has been an unmitigated disaster for 15 years, crushing families with high premiums and rampant fraud while enriching insurance companies. It's time for conservatives to get serious about advancing policies that can become law and therefore actually help reduce costs, which is absolutely true. And everything he said is correct. Or she. I don't know if August Pfluger is a man or a woman, frankly, but everything that person said is true. It's been an unmitigated disaster. Everything it said it wouldn't do, it fucking did. It raised costs, and it took your doctor away.
Yeah.
Right? Everything it said it would do, which is kind of the opposite of that, didn't do. So it's just been, I mean, I said this at the time, and all of my fucking Bay Area liberal friends were so angry at me about this. I'm like, look, you can read the bill. Yep. Read it yourself. All this is a giant handout to insurance companies. And what do you think they're going to do with that? You think they're going to fucking
help you out?
Help you out? Like, do you think they're going to fucking not take advantage of this system? Get the fuck out of here, man. It's so odd to me that the American left has been so anti-corporate for so long, but when that corporation was the pharmaceutical and insurance industries, they were like, oh, that's fine. I'm sure those two will be fine.
Exactly.
Right? Like, what the fuck? What a bunch of dummies.
All of it is ridiculous. I still don't know how you solve the healthcare thing, and I still think there will be a government shutdown at the end of January based on this healthcare for illegals.
Maybe.
They want something out of this.
They're not going to get it.
Probably not.
The repubes are smart to not buckle to that in any way. Because that was one of the fundamental campaign promises. Get these illegals out of here and stop fucking stealing our money. Those are like two of the big ones.
If they caved to this, I'd be pissed off.
It is also a very losing issue for Democrats, as we've seen. And you could see it today, actually. The fucking Quinnipiac did a poll, and the Democratic Party as a whole, I think, or Democratic Congress, has an approval rating of 18%. And not just that, but a disapproval of 73%. Trump's approval rating is like in the low 40s right now, I think, which for an incumbent president or a sitting president going through some tumult, that's actually not that bad, to be fair.
That's normal. I feel like that's everybody.
I think the highest he's ever gotten is 46 or something like that.
They'll never have an honest poll in Trump.
Well, no, I mean, for definitely not for any Republican president, but 41% for him and then 18% for the Democrats. So everything they're doing, which, a lot of people were concerned that the Democrats leaning into this affordability thing, which hopefully people have heard me when I pointed out that that's not a principled position. They're just playing politics, right? They have no plan to make things affordable. What is it? They just keep saying the word affordable like it's fucking Beetlejuice, hoping affordability is going to show up. You know what I mean? They haven't actually done anything. So their idea of affordability is to take money from anybody that can afford it and then redistribute it to people who are struggling. You know what that's called, right? Called fucking socialism.
Yeah, I was just gonna get to that with Mamdani and those guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's his whole plan.
I know.
To make affordability by fucking everybody else over. That's essentially what it is. You can rise in relative to other people in two ways. You can, fucking work hard and get to their level, or you can pull them down to you, and that's what socialism does. So they don't have any actual plan. It's not a principled stance, but they leaned into that rhetoric really hard, and it's very clear that not even Democrats believe them, because 18% of the country doesn't even constitute all the Democrats, obviously.
No.
They're like 30 points behind just on the left and center left right now.
But if you believe in the poll yesterday, AOC is leading Vance in 2028 by 2 points.
Who did that
right
poll?
now.
Quinnipiac is an actual scientific poll. That one was like the Independent Journal or some shit.
No,
like
it was Newsweek actually, which was shocking.
No, Newsweek is not it. Newsweek doesn't do polling. So
I was unaware they were still a magazine.
Yeah, who actually does it? Newsweek tried to go center for a little while, and they couldn't figure it out, so they're going fucking left again. But
they don't have a choice. I think all of them are. So just to get whatever they can get, because that's the last people who would buy that shit. So I'm not really sure. As far as the Trump care is concerned, I don't know if you watched the address in its totality last night, the whole thing, but I like what he said about dropping the prescription drugs. I don't see an issue with that, to be honest with you, because these pill presses and all this other shit, it's cheap as fuck if you want it to be. Problem is, Big Pharma doesn't want it to be unless you force it in there.
Well, I think if we're going to subsidize the drug study and recreation, which we do, right, through public universities and all other ways, right, all sorts of other ways, rather, then we should be able to monitor the total cost of the creation and give them some kind of rate at which they can make their money back. And I think that's fair, right? The purpose of the government is not to pick winners and losers, and it's not to intervene in the free market, but it is to protect consumers in general from abuse, and especially when it's the pharmaceutical industry is by its nature, because of IP laws, siloed in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
If you're working on a drug for this disease or that disease and you come up with it and it's got a very specific formula for it, nobody can just fucking change it 20% in that case and recreate it. This is not how medicine works, because you create a whole slew of other issues. So it's a different type of industry than most industries. If I make a fucking whiskey or whatever, and I've got a formula for it, somebody can make it pretty close to mine, and that'd be legal, frankly. But anyways, it is part of the government's job to protect consumers. That's one of the reasons it exists, right? To promote the general welfare. You can read that in the Constitution. So how is it exactly that the federal government can do that? One of the ways is they do it is by monitoring these things and make sure people aren't price gouging, make sure there aren't monopolies, and so on and so forth. Again, there is almost a natural monopoly anytime a new medication is created.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just how it works. And it's not like I don't think in principle it's a bad thing, just the way it works. It's not good or bad. It's just the way it is. So what do we do about that? One of the things you got to do about that is make sure that they're not bending people over just because they can. You have to, right? So that part, holding people accountable and shit like that sometimes they've done it. What that do with the AIDS drug, they fucking lit his ass up. So I think there's probably something to do there. And hopefully they can figure it out, because hopefully it's got to be Trump, because the Republicans as a body are fucking pathetic and stupid. They haven't been able to do anything. When's the last time Republicans passed something that was actually conservative?
I was just going to say, even this fucking vote here was shocking. Here.
Yeah.
So like this one was shocking.
Yeah.
By the way, the one Republican holdout was Massey, Thomas Massey in this one.
That's shocking.
Isn't it? But if he can figure this out, because the Obamacare thing is real tricky, man. God, you created such a fucking quagmire. I just don't know how you get out of this cleanly. You almost have to kill it.
No. You got to work in cohorts, right? So, and they haven't quite figured it out yet, but there's a number of things that have to get replaced. So, the administrative bloat in the insurance industry has to get regulated to some degree, right? It has to. You can't just add. You can't have open-ended upcharges, because that's what happened to the American university system as well. The average professor's salary has gone up about 30% relative to inflation, and the average administrative cost per student is up like 2,000% over the last 40 years or some shit like that.
Oh, it's nuts, dude. That Brown, I was surprised to hear their yearly tuition was $71,000.
Yeah, they've got a chief of everything. Oh, I'm the chief tickle master.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, how much you getting paid for that? $600,000.
Yeah, dude. All I do is tickle people.
Just tickle all day. It's fucking stupid. So you got to address all these systemic things and the process. I mean, this is why Doge was important, and I think I don't like Elon's got better things to do. But there are some fucking Bobs out there, not this one, but the Bobs from fucking Office Space that are really good with accounting, who can fucking audit this stuff and be like, nope, 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 yep, nope, nope, nope. And then, Bray, you fucking start running tests in a new system, in a parallel system that is, and I would focus on the lowest possible income people too, because they're the ones that are getting hammered. If anything goes wrong for them, it's bankruptcy basically, right? So I'd focus there first, and then push some of them into the system, make sure that it's working correctly. And you have to do it when you're doing a cohort like this. You have to do a small amount of people from a lot of different income groups. You can't just do one at a time, because that's a false representation of what it's actually going to look like, especially in insurance when you're dealing with amalgamated risk. Like, it's all the risk combined into one thing. So how am I dealing with that? I need low-income people, I need middle, and then high-income people, and I need people with different types of ailments and all that shit. Somebody can figure this out, for sure. This is just a scientific test, right? It's just a data set test, and there are so many good data scientists in this country that could definitely figure this out and run some tests and figure out where the gaps are. Because right now we're spending 2,000% more than we should on fucking stuff that just moves paper from one desk to another. And that is the bulk of aside from the fraud and what that's causing, and the fraud and the illegal immigration, the next biggest thing is administrative bloat. And we could solve all three of those by prosecuting assholes, by kicking people out of the country, and then finding auditors, or hiring auditors rather, who can just fucking limit that bullshit.
And I think if you were able somehow to find a nonpartisan guy to come in there and do it,
we have a lot of autistic people.
Shit, dude.
There's a lot of autistic people in this country. Okay, Tylenol. You're welcome for your Tylenol during pregnancy. There's a lot of autistic people. Give them the fucking keys to the database and let them figure it out.
And then we need to weaponize autism.
Yeah.
Well, you said it, not me, but I'm all in.
Yeah.
You know, let's put these fuckers to work, dude. And then once they're in there, again, if it was a nonpartisan guy that no one could bitch about, and you just simply went on cuts, fraud, waste, and spending, that's it. That's really all you need. The problem is, I don't think anyone will come together and say, all right, we think it's this guy. We think it's fucking Frank Levine from Indiana.
Well, it doesn't matter what everybody thinks. Trump's the fucking executive. He can do all this shit himself.
Totally. But then you're going to have this bitch fight that you're going to have at the end of January over the fucking budget.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Illegals to get health care and all that.
Let them bitch. So you start this program of mine. You run on it to some degree in the 26th election, and you start it the fucking week after the election is over and you win the midterms. And you have 2 years to prove your case at that point. Right? You got 2 years, and once people are fucking, maybe one of their friends loses their job because they were a useless fucking employee at some shitbag insurance company, but when they see that their fucking personal medical insurance, their family's medical insurance is down by 50%, they're not going to give a shit.
Yeah.
They're going to say, learn to code, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I think so, but...
No, that's a fucking absolute fact.
You got to get there first.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is I don't know how we get there quick enough. Because this all could be done very quickly if we wanted to. You saw the speed, just this last year, you saw the speed at which Trump has moved. It is totally possible if you want to. I just don't think these motherfuckers want to. All right, that'll bring us to our first sponsor. Talking about spending, dude. Let's gain a little, dude. MyBookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. I never read the comments and shit. I just screenshot them for fucking advertisers. So I'll catch one. This one dude was like, hey, man, you just rename the show Gambling and Hard AF. And I was like, I'd love to. That's a great idea. Look, men have been drinking and gambling for years and years and years. It goes hand in hand. I'm not telling you to fucking put a goddamn mortgage on it unless you're an Indiana fan. I did. And I'll stand by that. Feel free. But it does feel nice to have a little something on there, a little taste, if you will. And then MyBookie's got the partner picks, which helps boost the bet 15% if I'm able to pick them. My pick is tomorrow night, actually. I've got Alabama -1.5 over Oklahoma, and I think they move on in the very first playoff game. Now, yes, it'll be on tonight during the Christmas party, and if I win, I might ask for higher 3 times. One of our listeners suggested them playing it at the top and at the end. How many times can you listen to higher in one night? Well, the answer's unlimited.
What the fuck kind of question is that?
It's unlimited. Dude.
Bob, get my shotgun.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Who said that?
Somebody else, dude. They were going back and forth on this, and I was like, hey, dude, I agree with this. Like, yeah, we could bookend both of it.
We can do whatever the fuck we want.
I could hear higher all goddamn night.
This
dude.
is America, bitch.
Sure
I don't know
is.
what the fuck you're talking about.
Sure is. You can gamble, you can drink, you can do whatever you want. All right? But college football playoffs are here. They start tomorrow night. Then there's 3 games on Saturday, 2 NFL games on Saturday as well. And then full slate Sunday, full slate Monday nights. And then you got the other games if you give a shit about those. For me, the bowl games are tough. Watch who you're betting on and who's on the move and all that other stuff. You take Missouri. They're going through the same thing that Ohio State went through, ironically, against Missouri, where quarterback left before the fucking bowl game. So he's out.
I'm good with it.
Who is your backup?
Matt Zollers. He's a blue chip freshman.
But would you ever bet on that?
I'm more worried about who's playing on defense than I am about
That's what I'm saying.
quarterback.
And that's, by the way, with all these other bowl games, I'm the same way. Like, I didn't even bet Ohio State versus Missouri for that exact reason. I'm like, I don't know who's fucking playing in these goddamn games. So those stay away from. These playoff games, everybody's fucking in. And these mean a lot because you're going to the next round. Also, last but not least, I know it sounds crazy, but Jake Paul is fighting Anthony Joshua. Is Joshua still favored 5.5 to 1?
Is he still 6'7" and fucking a goddamn animal? Then yeah, he's fucking favored.
Yeah,
1,000,000 to 1.
I think so too. So that'll be fun tomorrow night.
If
maybe see Jake Paul get knocked
out. If there's a
television.
big bet on Paul and he wins, then somebody's going to prison. I'm telling you, somebody's going to get investigated and go to prison for that.
I agree. It does not appear though that Joshua's fucking around with us.
You never know.
What do we got, Bob?
Yeah, he's the favorite. Absolutely. I'm trying to find the actual line because I'm finding all the props right now.
That's fine.
But yeah, he's the favorite for sure.
I think it's 5.5 to 1 is the last that I saw, and it should be higher, frankly. So if Jake Paul pulls this off, congratulations. I'll believe in your bullshit. But no, that's the heavyweight champion of the world, former heavyweight champion of the world from like last year. So
Jacob Nichols says, "What if we just play higher?"
Over and over again. It's a great one. Let me finish this up. MyBookie.com, promo code DrinkinBros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Rake backs if you lose for the day one, homies. So if you have a bad weekend, they'll give you some money back. That actually happened to me at a concert. I went to Kanye and Jay-Z during the, what was the Throne? Remember the Throne, Bob?
Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne tour. It was an excellent show, one of the best I've ever been to. They had an inside ongoing joke. N-words in Paris. Byron, if you want to go ahead and hit that button, feel free.
That's a great song, by the way.
It's a great song.
I love that. That's one of my favorites. That one and the one Click with them and who.
Ain't no fuck with my click. I think Big Sean's in it.
Big Sean, yeah. It's a great song too.
Great
From
song.
That same era.
So this was kind of before Twitter took off. This was maybe 2010-ish or 11. I saw that show. And I was unaware, because obviously we didn't have the social media as prevalent as it is now, that every show, they were playing it as many times as they could at the end, and just to fuck with people and see how long that they would stay. So I heard, hit the button, in Paris, 11 times in a row at the end of the show.
I've listened to it 11 times in a row.
I laughed my ass off. The first two times I was like, okay. 3 and 4, I was like, come on, man, what the fuck is going on here? 5 and 6, I started dying laughing because I love when shit gets drug out like that. And then at the end of the tour, I went back and looked at the record. Bob, you can Google this, but I think the record was like 23 by the end of the tour. They played it 23 times in a row during an encore, and it was really fucking funny. I want to say it was in Canada or something like that. So could we do the same for hire tomorrow night? Maybe. I'll probably have to pay the band more, but... Hey guys, I know you're here, but we're going to play Higher, your actual name of your Creed cover band, 23 times in a row. You guys good or no? Who knows? We'll see what happens tomorrow night. But we will be filming that. That'll be our Christmas show, and that will air on Sunday nights on all platforms. Are we on kick.com today too?
Yes, we are. We got a lot of friends hanging out with us today.
Really?
Yeah.
Wet Sausage in there. Who else is in there?
Yeah, Boren Bogan, a couple other people just lurking because they're at work. So, hey, shout out to you guys.
All right. Cheers, you guys. Kick.com's on the come up, dude. Next up, it's Whitey's time. We're not getting paid for that either. I'm just saying. It's a cool site. I like it. I enjoy it. It's Whitey's time. Trump administration is encouraging white men who have experienced discrimination at work on account of their race or sex to claim money under federal civil rights laws. Andrea Lucas, chair of the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, posted on X on Wednesday that white males who believe they've experienced discrimination at work should contact the EEOC as they may have a claim to recover some money.
Yeah, I don't mind that because all the companies that did that shit are garbage, and let's just go ahead and fucking tear them down and steal and take their money and give it to fucking normal people. And then I saw somebody in the chat say something a second ago, a palm tree size king cobra, which is just a mouthful. And I don't mean that in a gay way.
What is a palm tree size king cobra?
A giant king cobra.
Is that possible?
I don't know if he means his dick or what, but either I hope he does. But
Anaconda's coming out at Christmas.
Yeah. There should be a bill that is effectively a college grant after high school only for the trades as an alternative to going to college to learn important skills and blah, blah, blah. I don't know about the specific details, but
I love that.
That's something, like, we're bringing manufacturing back, and we don't have enough people trained in it right now.
No.
So that's another thing. It's another good idea to incentivize that shit in whatever way we can and tell people, like, I know you want to go to college. Here's the problem. We need to create 2-year trade schools where dudes get fucking wasted. You know what I mean? That's got to be part of it. There's got to be a culture environment around it. It can't just be going to get training.
Yeah,
it can't.
Social skills.
It cannot just be going to get trained to do a job from 17 to 19 or 18 to 20 or whatever the dates fall on. Because fuck that, man. It's like people are going to opt into even a community college instead of doing that, so they can go fucking party somewhere because that's what kids want to do.
Right,
and they should.
No chicks at a trade school, really.
No,
yeah, that's the other part of it. Yeah, so you've got to, like, what you need to do instead of just having trade schools is have 2-year programs at state-run universities. Ohio State should have a fucking welding school.
I agree.
And then you can go there and fucking light it up, dude.
Yes.
And the federal government should subsidize whatever the fuck we have to for the next 5 or 10 years to make sure we can catch up worker-wise and also give those kids a legitimate college experience because it fucking lasts an entire lifetime.
I 100% agree. And
it's also like $100 billion economy.
Yeah, we're in year 11 here at this show now. We've crossed the threshold. So we're it's the top of year 11 for Drinkin' Bros. I can tell you this, from where we started to where it is now, all of our listeners, a majority of them are hard workers, and a lot of them are in manual labor. The jobs that everybody used to make fun of a truck driver or fucking digging ditches or cement or whatever the fuck it is, dude. Now these are the highest paying jobs, and everybody who's come into the studio, because we've left the doors open for years to come and watch the show, has talked about their success and how much money they're making. I sit with them in private after the show's over and ask, and my mind is altered. We do not have this at a traditional university right now, and we should. Because even for my major, Christ, man, I probably took a total of 8 courses over a year and a half at the end of it. The rest of it was all bullshit. Did I need Art 101 or Chinese, the Ming Dynasty, or any of that bullshit? No. Did I need to take tap dancing as an elective? I sure the fuck didn't. So yeah. You should really start getting on board with these jobs. And AI, which is inevitable, can help. And also, it would teach these people how to use AI in an effective way to run a company and teach everybody else. Like, it would be rad. And then you wouldn't have to go into debt for $250,000 and then try to pay that off the rest of your fucking life. I think it's a great idea. Was this pitched, or did you just make that up?
I just made it up.
Oh,
but it seems like the obvious solution. Like, you take what we need. We need fucking workers to do these jobs because one, we need it, and 2, it pays fucking well.
Yeah, dude.
And it's gonna pay better going into the future. And consider why a 16 to 18-year-old who's deciding what he wants to do for secondary education, why he wouldn't do that, right? Why it wouldn't do that is for the exact reason I think I just said. One is affordability. That's part of it too. But 2 is like, why the fuck? You're not going to be able to recreate what exists at Texas or Penn State or Ohio State at a trade school. It's just not going to happen, right? But you can fucking bring the trade school to those places, and now that guy gets a legitimate college education and experience, right? And all the trappings that come with that, to include pride in the culture of the school, which lasts a lifetime.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And gets the real experience, and he's able to fucking take that into the world, do that trade job that we fucking desperately need.
Mm-hmm.
I also think there's something to, even if it's not very far away, something to good adult development to go live away from where you grew up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, a lot
Most
of people,
trade schools are local. Yeah,
yeah, they are. They're local, and then a lot of people just don't want to do it. Bob, I don't know about your high school, but I was one of the few people who ventured outside the state of Georgia and went to school out of states.
Yeah, I mean, I went to school in state, but it's like it's a completely different town, and you know your parents aren't right there, and you're stuck into the wild. Like you're put into a completely different community.
Yeah, I mean, I was real far, but
where'd you get your fucking? Where did you instead of going to an ASE certified auto mechanic school somewhere in the middle of fucking nowhere? Oh, I learned how to fix cars at fucking Texas.
Yeah,
in downtown Austin, bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I learned how to work on Teslas and
or
like
whatever
electric vehicles,
whatever the fuck it is, right?
Gas, diesel, all that shit.
And if you do that, I'm telling you, Tesla will fucking pay for it because Toyota and BMW have been subsidizing people to go through fucking ASE certified schools for fucking decades now. For decades, because they need trained people, trained specifically on their equipment to fucking exist. You know what I mean? Plus, it's a huge tax write-off for them, which it fucking should be, because they're creating wealth in the economy.
And that was my biggest takeaway from college, a 4-year college, that if, I can give you any advice on it, is you're really not going to learn about the craft you're going to do after college there. I learned a lot in grad school, but those motherfuckers were trained in that. That's the only thing we were doing every fucking day was that. And that was super helpful. The rest of it was 2.5 years worth of fluff, of bullshit, to kind of weave your way and get this degree. And then the last 1.5 years was shit that I was actually learning. So yeah, switch it up. And also you're going to get better workers. Sorry, you are. If you teach them for 2 straight years exactly what the fuck they're going to do in life, boom, you go off into the real world and you get a great starting pay job immediately because you already have the greatest experience, the greatest teaching there is right there. So yeah, this makes all the sense in the world, but God, good luck trying to talk somebody into that.
I don't think it's that big of a stretch.
I don't either, but like anything that we always think isn't that big of a stretch always is. Like putting these motherfuckers in prison for J6 and all this other shit that we did, like that shouldn't be that big of a stretch. How the fuck is Jack Smith still walking around? How is Dr. Fauci still walking around without being in prison?
He got pardoned, that's why.
But still, put that motherfucker on Capitol Hill and say, hey, man, did you know about this? Did you invest in this? What did you really know? And then if he lies, he goes to jail. If he tells the truth, well, then we all fucking know and we can pin the whole goddamn thing on him.
Yeah.
I got asked by my oldest kid the other night. He goes, do you know who did this? And I go, I sure do. And I go, are you going to learn about it in class? And he goes, I don't know. I don't know if we are. And I was like, I don't either. Is any textbook ever going to teach the real? COVID's got to be one of those things. Shut down the entire world, killed 8 million people. That has got to be in textbooks growing up. What the fuck are they going to say about that?
Yeah, nothing great. Yeah, I think some people in the chat are talking about apprenticeships too. I think that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah, just like, but the university system in general is uniquely pliable because they take state funds, right? The end. It's a state university, which means they have to do whatever the fucking executive says they have to do, frankly. I mean, even the fucking private Ivy League schools are bending because of the federal funding that's going on. So use it. Use it to your advantage to create this environment that we need.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of which, man, just so happens our next advertiser's up next. You want to talk about trades, dude? MontanaKnifeCompany.com. Creating your own business. Learning a trade, learning a skill, building knives, building the best knives ever made, for Christ's sakes. Go to their website. The whitetail knife just came out, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. They got the Stonewall Skinner over there. Montana Knife Company, created by master bladesmith Josh Smith. Also has a very large penis. Large penis. And their culinary knives are exceptional, dude. The beauty of these, and yes, it's a tad pricey, but here's why. They will last forever. And if you ever have a problem with them, forever. You just send it back, and they'll fucking send you a new one or sharpen it, whatever you need there. But these knives are a lifetime investment. So if you're looking for the best in the biz, and I know you see, celebrities and podcasters and all that stuff with them, and you're like, shit, how do I have them? Because they're sold out a lot. Not now. Josh Smith's company, they're expanding, and they're loaded up right now for Christmas. Probably not too late, I think. Maybe today or tomorrow at the latest. But these are excellent Christmas gifts. They're excellent knives. These are the best hunting knives on the planet. These are the best culinary knives on the planet, in my opinion. I've never had one single issue with any of these. And I'll tell you what, the only issue I have had is fucking people hitting me up for them, for Christ's sakes. Jesus. How many times do we get hit up for a fucking Montana? I'm like, no, sorry. Well, I can't just give you one.
Yeah.
Go buy one. Go to MontanaKnifeCompany.com today. Promo code DB10 for 10% off over there at MontanaKnifeCompany.com. Where do you go to school to learn to make knives?
That's a good question. We'd have to ask Josh.
Shit.
I think he's going to be back in town in the spring sometime. We'll have to ask him.
But that's another great one.
There's probably some blacksmithing type schools.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
African American.
Yeah, Jesus, man. That's right before Christmas. Why are we going to racially profile?
Somebody was asking why we don't have Blanta on the set. That was a good question.
Oh, shit.
It's too late now. This is our last show of the year, so it's...
Well, no, tomorrow is.
Yeah, but
bring out Blanta.
I guess we could bring him outside,
Christmas.
yeah, and then we'll throw him onto the fucking bonfire when we're done.
I'll tell you what. You read this next story. Let me see if it's backstage real quick. It used to be
is.
right
It
behind
is.
you.
I think
it
it's
is.
back there.
Yeah. Read this next one. I'll bring it out.
So this is the Epstein Deadline. Congress may be winding down for the year, but senators are making one last push for the Trump administration to follow the law and release its trove of files and documents related to the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. It looks like it's happening now. I think tomorrow is the deadline, Bob, if I'm not mistaken. The lawmakers passed legislation that compels the DOJ to release all materials related to Epstein by tomorrow. Yeah. Senate Democrats are already prepared to act in the case DOJ doesn't follow through. Chuck Schumer, who's a retarded person, warned that if the administration withholds documents or abuses narrow exemptions to hide the truth, there will be legal and political consequences. I mean, there won't, but whatever. Trump signed the bill shortly after it passed unanimously in the Senate at Schumer's behest, and it glided easily through the House. So I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think it's going to be an issue. What are you doing?
Just gonna put it right in the middle.
Watch out for the giant lights up there.
Coming in hot.
Prior to the vote, Trump shifted his position to backing the release after, a whole shit show. He didn't want to do it.
Isn't that nice? Look at this. It's turned towards you here.
It doesn't look like it's working correctly.
No, Blanta's down, dude, for the moment, but this is nice. I like it. I like it a lot.
Is it going to stay there, or you got to prop it up against something? Somebody asked me what I thought about, I think it was in the chat earlier in the show, about what I thought about why Trump decided to change his mind on this. That is, I think, just like giving up, to be honest. Like, he didn't think that people were going to press it so hard than they did. It's a good question. Take the suit jacket off. You got to put his head goes in that fucking pole that you see right there.
I think I want people, though, just to see the head, that it's just right there. Beautiful.
And now his shoulder looks just like Giorgio's shoulder as well. If you guys remember Giorgio, he's still alive.
Is this a hate crime? Are we?
Blanta's down bad. So full disclosure, that was back there by Gary's desk. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did to Blanta.
I mean, to be honest, if it was back with Gary's stuff, I don't know that I would have touched it without gloves on, because God knows, there's also fake tits back there somewhere.
I thought the same thing. I was like, do I actually pick this fucking thing up? Because there's a good shot somebody put their penis inside of it. Now, we'll try to fix this for tomorrow night's show and get it all rigged up, but this is beautiful in the wide here. Let me ask you think Blanta's going to be on the Epstein list on Christmas Eve?
I mean, based on his posture, I would have to say yes.
Yeah, I would too. But are we getting the full shit? Yes or no? My wife last night was a hard no on this.
I mean, I'm very skeptical of anything, to be honest. We'll see. The problem is that the government always puts out what they think they're comfortable with, and then some fucking autistic person makes a connection somewhere and breaks a story almost every single time. So that's probably what will happen. I think they'll slow roll some stuff, and then somebody will figure some shit out. That's my guess.
What I would like to see is who's a jolly fat man in show business right now? Who would you give that to?
I mean,
who's a fat comedian that we love?
Kevin James.
There you go. Ow! Excellent choice. Thank you, Bob. Give him a round of applause.
Yeah, because that other dude that was kind of a successor to Kevin James, I can't remember his name, but he got all skinny now.
Yeah, he did. Kevin James is still.
What's that guy's name?
Still fat.
You know what I'm talking about?
The guy from This Is Us?
Yeah.
Jelly Roll?
No.
Jelly Roll? I'm kidding. It's Mr. Roll to you. But here's my wish for Christmas Eve. Kevin James, dressed as Santa, instead of reading, the night before Christmas, he reads the Epstein list. Live on television, and then we can all sit around. Make it at 9:30 at night. That way kids are to bed, wrapping gifts and all that other shits, and then the adults can have some eggnog and rum. I'm a nog dog, always have been, always will be. We can raw dog and eggnog that night, and then watch the Epstein list read live on NBC in front of the Rockefeller Christmas tree with Kevin James as Santa.
I think if we're going to do it like that, we should do Morgan Freeman as Santa.
Oh, Andy Dufresne. I wonder if Tim Robbins is on that list.
Gilo.p5 in the chat says, I'll donate $20.69 of my Warrior dividend towards the Creed band to rip higher on repeat.
Wow, is that a thing, dude?
I support that, and also thanks for your cervix.
Yeah. What's the over-under on higher tomorrow night? What do you think?
A minimum. Now that we've talked all this shit, somebody's at least they're gonna keep asking for it. So I guess it'll depend on the band.
Well, let's see. If we had them play it over and over, let's say we had them play it 5 times at the end there. I think if you guys are gonna fucking ask for this, then we're gonna air it like that. Like you're gonna have to listen to it and watch it as the last show of the year. This is always our last show of the year, and then we come back on January 5th. Nobody really listens to podcasts over Christmas break. So if we're gonna do it then, and you guys want this, and Dan, you're clearly saying the chat does, then we air it, and then you guys have to watch it as well 5 times. I'm with that.
So give me like a couple songs, and then we can go higher on repeat. Like I need 2 to cut from, and then we're good.
No. We're gonna there's a full fucking catalog. We played it yesterday, so we're good on that. I just wonder how many times we play it at the end and really get the people going.
Are they just gonna unplug on us after like the 6th higher?
I don't know.
They're just gonna walk out,
and hopefully they're not listening.
Are we paying them up front?
I've already paid half. Yes. So
okay. Well, then they get the other half after they play higher for the 70th time. How about that?
It's a good deal.
I'll call the manager today, Catherine. Catherine, what up? If you're listening,
holding it hostage.
Yeah, just say, look, Catherine, I'll sell you the money, but it's going to be after that, the 5th or 6th higher, and we haven't really decided on which. But if we're doing it, then you guys get it too, and that way you guys get to see it, because this will be an audio and video show, so you will get to see the Creed cover band tomorrow night, and that'll live with you forever. I'm excited, dude. I can't fucking wait for tomorrow. Next up, plane crash. This story is awful, man. Shit. This just happened earlier here. Breaking news as of, 2-3 hours ago now at this point. An airplane linked to former NASCAR star Greg Biffle crashed while landing at a North Carolina regional airport on Thursday morning. The plane was identified as a Cessna C550 with the tail number N257BW, which is owned by GB Aviation Leasing, LLC, according to Federal Aviation Records, which is a company owned by Greg Biffle. I think we can confirm, right, Bob, that it was him, his wife, and his kids that were all on board, and there were no survivors, correct? Did that come out? Okay. Because earlier when I was doing Ross Patterson Revolution, we knew the plane was owned by him, which is, Dan always writes the news, but he writes it before we do that show. We did not have the full confirmation yet, but I think we do now, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. That one, this is a shitty, awful story, man. Look, I'm not a big NASCAR guy. I know we have a sports show. My heroes as a kid were gone, and then I kind of checked out after Dale Jr., but but everybody knows who Greg Biffle is. He's still one of the last remaining dudes in NASCAR, or was at least. And everybody knows who Greg Biffle is. This is a horrific story. And the report that we had heard was there was a loud noise on the aircraft, and then they immediately tried to do an emergency landing at a different airport, at a smaller airport, and it exploded, I guess, upon impact here. I'll look and see if there's any more details on this story. My first thoughts were, if you're going to go out, and this is what I said earlier in RPR, I'd rather go out with my entire family like this. I don't know what I would do without my wife or a kid. I would rather go out with everybody.
Well, I mean, if
that's the case.
I would prefer they not die, obviously.
Who? Obviously. But if you
yeah.
are traveling together, like, in some of these instances, I'll go back to that Travis Barker plane crash. 3 of them died on the plane, and then 2 people lived. One of them had survivor's guilt, which is a very real thing, and ended up killing himself tragically a couple years later. DJ AM. So, yeah, it's an awful story all the way around. Right before the holidays is even worse, and just fucking sucks, dude. It sucks. I mean, this guy, if you don't know who he is, man, he did a lot for charities. I think he used his own helicopter during, I want to say Hurricane Helene.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He was from North Carolina, and he was looking for survivors and everything else. Like, just an all-around great dude. This is a horrific, awful story right before the holidays, and this one definitely sucks, man, for sure. The tributes are pouring in now here across the board, so I'm reading it. We're not going to show the plane crash footage here, so I'm not going to play the video. No need. I know that's circulating all over social media, but in my opinion, there's no need for that. So we will avoid that and just talk about what a great human being Greg Biffle was, and obviously thoughts are with the rest of his family and the NASCAR community, because he was one of the last dudes there, for sure. All right, next up, executive order on weed here just came down earlier. Now, because of the Greg Biffle story, this was kind of buried, so until you walked in, I didn't know that this had happened. Trump is expected and has, I believe, signed an EO that reclassified weed as a Schedule III drug today. Bob, I sent you a video of this. I believe he's in the Oval Office signing it now, or just did. Potentially earlier here. One of the listeners sent me a video, and I forwarded it to you here. Go ahead and play this out loud, because I didn't hear about the story until Dan walked in.
Yeah.
And obviously he writes the news. So I was unaware that this was going on. Go ahead and press play on
Today I'm pleased to announce that I will be signing an executive order to reschedule marijuana from a Schedule I to a Schedule III controlled substance with legitimate medical uses. We have people begging for me to do this, people that are in great pain. For decades, this action has been requested by American patients suffering from extreme pain, incurable diseases, aggressive cancers, seizure disorders, neurological problems, and more, including numerous veterans with service-related injuries and older Americans who live with chronic medical problems that severely degrade their quality of life. Today, I'm pleased to announce that
Now, with this, I don't know if you caught this. I caught this video earlier in the week of a guy with severe Parkinson's smoking weed before and afterwards. And that was one of the things that Trump and some of the other people in the administration had talked about. If you can find that video, Bob, it went viral 2 days ago, I believe. I want to say that's when I saw it on Twitter. I was pretty stunned at the effects.
Yeah. I mean, in the meantime, while you're looking for that, I would say this. The fact that everybody is mad means it's probably the right decision. People on the right.
Who's mad?
So people on the right, and I say the right kind of tongue-in-cheek, because I don't think Sagrenietti is a conservative in any way. But he just doesn't want to smell it, I guess, in public, which
okay.
Fair enough, I
sure.
guess. But he's also pointed out something interesting, which I to some degree agree with, that what community has gotten better when weed's been legalized? Not one. The problem is, and I think intellectually he knows this, which makes it even worse that he would even say it, is that those places were already leftist shithholes on the decline in the first place.
Yep.
Same thing with Matt Walsh. He knows better than what he's saying. He's theocratic when it comes to drugs. He wants people like literally put to death for it. Which, if you think you're capable of doing that, come get me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All these people are tough when they're flexing state power. And then from the left side, I can't remember who it was. Some dipshit congressman was like, Trump's. Oh, it was Ron Wyden from Wisconsin. He's like, he's only doing this for popularity. He doesn't actually believe, and they're not gonna do anything to do away with the criminal penalties for black and brown people that existed before this. Like, well, Trump wasn't the fucking president when those people were getting arrested. What are you talking about, asshole? Also, the executive branch doesn't have the right to tell states and local governments what they can do with regard to penalizing people.
Right.
Sorry. I mean, there's a constitution. There's an amendment that deals with that specifically. A couple of amendments, actually, that deal with those things. But it's not the president's job to, this is a federalist society. Why don't you do your fucking job, Ron? So people, both sides, are mad about it, which means it's probably the right decision. Now, to the point, certainly it is true that none of these cities or states have gotten better after legalizing or decriminalizing weed. But again, they were fucking leftist shitholes already.
Yep.
Denver was a leftist shithole run by dum-dums. Washington, Oregon.
Denver keeps getting worse.
Yeah. All these places were fucking leftist shitholes. Regardless of the outcome, you don't have the right to tell people what they can put in their fucking body.
Yeah.
End of fucking story. You know what I mean? Like if somebody wants to get high, let them get high. And it's just not true to lump everything in with one thing. Like if certainly it's not just about medicine. Some people just like getting high the same way that some people like to drink and whatever, right? But there are legitimate medical uses for it. People are saying that he knows that that's not true. It's fucking very clearly true that there are legitimate medical uses for cannabinoids. There's no question about that.
So this video here, Bob, this is the one that I was talking about. This video was circulating as rumors started coming out. Because the rumor of this came out maybe a week and a half ago, I think. We didn't want to really report on it until it was actually true. I think, I don't know if you remember this, but you had said this was going to happen next year. That was your prediction. He did it earlier than next year, which is even more impressive. But go ahead and play this video here, this guy with Parkinson's that went viral, because this is one of the things that they were fighting for.
How you feeling? It's been a bit of a rough week, really. And the best way to take it is put it under your tongue.
RSO, yeah.
What is that, Byron?
I think it's Rick Scott oil or Rick Simpson oil. It's named after the guy who created it. It's a very, very heavy CBD and cannabinoid extract. And it really helps people with a lot of different medical issues.
Well, you'll see what happens here in this video. Yeah, it's crazy.
That the endogenous cannabinoid system is very important in regulating motor activity, that very type of activity that is impaired in Parkinson's disease. From animal experiments, we also know that boosting certain branches of the endocannabinoid system
and the guy's not shaking at all, which is, I mean, it's wild.
Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Finally, from anecdotal information,
he can rest, he can relax.
That certain
this video blew my mind.
Smoke marijuana experience relief of their symptoms.
So he goes down for 3 minutes, and then now he can just exist.
So quickly.
And that's very.
And he's speaking normally.
It's very irritating to me that this guy's suffering has been mitigated.
No shit.
So I need this to be illegal.
It's fucking insane to me.
Some people are gonna fucking like shut the fuck up, dude.
But you saw his hands and his voice and all that other stuff, and like, yes, people are gonna take advantage of this, right, and do stupid shit. But it also is going to help a lot of people. I'll give me as an example here of a pro and a con for me. Do I want to smell it everywhere? No. I got kids, and I don't want to walk around in public smelling fucking marijuana everywhere.
We have open container laws, too.
Totally. And so it's like, you know, I think the responsible people, and I really do believe in the good of people for the most parts, 99% of people are good people, and I don't think there's going to be fucking smoking in the streets, blowing it in your face, and all that other shit. To Dan's point earlier, the places that we have been, and we've traveled a lot for this show, where you smell it or it's everywhere and people are being fucking dickheads, we're already left as shitholes in the first place. A Los Angeles, Denver, San Francisco, all these places where you're just like, okay, cool, man. But for the most part, in the other states like Florida, I didn't smell it in Florida anywhere, did you? And I didn't even know it was legal there. I had no fucking idea. Ohio, when I go back to Ohio, I didn't know it was legal there either. There's a lot of places that we've been to that I didn't know it was legal. And I think it's one of these things when it first comes out, it's a fad for like 2 weeks. Everybody's over it. And then the people who want to use it, either recreationally or if they're in some kind of pain or had some condition, will use it. But I don't see it as that big of a deal. Anything in moderation. Gambling, alcohol, fucking weed, whatever it is okay by me. And the government doesn't have the right to tell you what to put in your fucking body.
Well, prohibition just doesn't work, right? Prohibition does not work. Prohibition leads to parallel illegal economies. That's it.
Yep.
We tried it. We did prohibition. What happened? Fucking the mob. The mob, which were at the time small-time players in the United States, and then we had to create an entire organization called the FBI to stop them. And look at what that's doing now. You know what I mean? Like, no, whenever the government tries to regulate people's personal behavior, we end up having to create fucking systems to stop it. And those systems, once that regulated behavior goes away or becomes legal again, still exist. Yeah. And they're looking for somebody to fuck with. No. Fuck these people.
Totally. One example, too, last one was living in a leftist shithole for 15 years of California. Once weed was legalized, guess what happened? They stopped fucking bringing it across the border. People stopped smuggling it in. You could get it wherever you wanted to. And that cut down on crime and cartels and everything else. So, yeah, dude, I don't see the harm in this on either side. But yeah, I'm sure people are gonna bitch. You're saying both people are bitching, both sides are bitching about this right now?
Usually, so if all the cunts are crying about something, usually it means it's a good idea.
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is the left crying?
If everybody, I told you, because they're mad that Trump fucking scooped them. That's what really happened. Now
they had a chance.
Now they're making up reasons. They had fucking a bunch of chances.
They had all in office.
They had a super majority, or they had a majority in both houses and Obama. That's how they passed the ACA, but they didn't do shit for weed.
Right. And so, you had two chances with Clinton. Remember, I did not inhale. He smoked weed. He could have fucking legalized it. Obama. Yeah, I like to smoke a joint here and there. There's pictures of me in college smoking marijuana, and those are out there. So, sorry, you had two shots at it. Did I see George Bush doing it? No. I didn't.
No, he was more of a cocaine guy.
Yeah. Now, you can't probably legalize coke, although I wish you could. But for me personally, man, it's not going to stop the usage that I do. I do it if I'm having, fucking going to a concert or right before 9-9. I can never do a show high, ever.
Yeah, me either.
On marijuana, you can do it all goddamn day long. But, I cannot. I'm one of those people who I cannot operate my day and work on marijuana.
I actually I haven't smoked or drank since before I went to that stem cell thing. It's been a couple of weeks now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to let that shit set in and everything else. So, but yeah, fuck, man, doing a show on cocaine would be impossible. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it would not be fun to watch.
No, it'd be fucking terrible.
Two jittery assholes that won't let each other talk.
I actually get quiet on it. So I'm not one of those people who's just like, blah, 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 blah. That's not me. But the rest of the shit, yeah. Fuck, you give me an energy drink, it'll be fucking bulls on parade. But the rest of the shit, no. And I think if you're a responsible person, cool. The problem is you're going to have people like Rob Reiner's kid blaming it on, fucking drugs were legal. They were available to me, and I got hooked.
Yeah, I mean, there's, and, I don't want to offend anybody, but you're responsible for your fucking behavior. You see how?
It's weird how that works. It's weird how that works. Next up, sponsor-wise, we got our good friends over at Ketone IQ at ketone.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off your subscription order, plus receive a free gift with your second shipment. It's usually like a 6-pack or some merch. I get a 6-pack with mine over here. I take a shot of this. I'll go bring it out of the box. I take a shot of this. There's only a couple left. Somebody else fucking snake them, dude? I take a shot of this before I start every show. If I'm writing at night, there it is, Ross. Way to go. Camera left. Proud of you. And it's just a clean shot of energy, dude. Keeps you focused, keeps you locked in all day. Back to what I said earlier. I couldn't do a show on weed. It'd be impossible. I think Jesse and I tried to one time back in the day, and we just deleted it. It was so bad. God, it was awful. I'm not one of those people who can do it. This, though, I can. This is what I can fucking operate on, and I love it. I've been taking this for 3 years now at this point, and it's great. I don't get all jittery like any of the shit at the gas station. I don't fucking crash. If you're out there working out, this is high performance backed by science. If you're out of gas mid-workout, fix the fuel. In a double-blind placebo-controlled study on trained athletes, Ketone IQ delivered a 19% increase in average power during repeated sprints, 13% peak power versus placebo, 10% less fatigue, 5-time increase in blood ketones within 20 minutes. They're sponsoring the Tour de France. They're sponsoring all the Olympians for the Olympics that are coming up. And these guys were military tested and athlete approved by the actual Department of Defense. That's how this company got started. Ketone IQ was developed through a $6 million research contract with the DoD. Born from battlefield science, built for peak performance. Visit ketone.com/drinkinbros for 30% off your subscription order. Plus, receive a free gift with your second shipment, or find Ketone IQ at Target stores nationwide and get your first shot free. Congratulations, guys. Target's huge. And that's Ketone, ketone.com/drinkinbros. All right, next up, got a big leftist meltdown going on here. The Kennedy Center has been renamed, Anthony. The Kennedy Center has been renamed the Trump Kennedy Center after President Trump helped save the building.
Doesn't that feel kind of, Bob, like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, you can't just add names onto it. We're not Mexicans. You can't just hyphenate.
Well, he didn't do it, was the thing.
I'm not saying he did it.
What, Holmes?
I'm not saying he did it. I'm saying you can't. You, the royal, you're like human beings.
Yeah. No. And this was according to Caroline Leavitt, so I'm just going to read her tweet here. She said, I've just been informed that the highly respected board of the Kennedy Center, some of the most successful people from all parts of the world, have just voted unanimously to rename the Kennedy Center to the Trump Kennedy Center because of the unbelievable work President Trump has done over the last year in saving the building.
We're going to look at the board members. The Kennedy Center website is down right now because of too much traffic.
Shut the fuck up. Is it really?
Number of views. There's 22 people ahead of me to access the site. Jesus fucking
wow.
Christ.
I haven't. Put it on screen at least so we can see that. That's really fucking funny. We're experiencing high traffic. I wonder why.
Does that mean there's a denial of service attack going on?
No, it means that leftists are writing in to bitch about this. They're pissed.
It wouldn't surprise me if someone spun one up because of this. Like, that's their way of getting back at them. DDoS attack.
Okay. It's really funny. So I'll read the rest of the statement here. Not only from the standpoint of its reconstruction, but also financially and its reputation. Congratulations to President Donald John Trump, and likewise congratulations to President Kennedy, because this will be a truly great team long into the future. The building will no doubt attain new levels of success and grandeur. So this building in particular, the Kennedy Center, was aging. It needed renovations badly. All the events that were held there were typically fucking leftists, and yeah, dude, they didn't want to spend the money on redoing the building. The irony of this is some of those lawsuits that Trump was involved in that he won, that's where the money went. To rebuild the Kennedy Center.
So here are some of the board members. The chair, President Donald Trump.
Oh, he is. Perfect.
Unless somebody's replaced him, because this is what Grok is saying. I don't know.
Well,
Grok gets stuff wrong sometimes.
They're reporting that on their website as well.
I have it on the website.
Okay, good.
And it's Donald Trump.
He would never nominate himself.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you said he wasn't involved. He clearly was.
Well, no, I didn't say that. Caroline Leavitt said it. I'm reading her statement, by the way. I'm not saying it for me. She said.
Susie Wiles.
She said this.
Is on there. The chief of staff for Donald Trump. Dan Scavino, her deputy, is on there.
Yeah.
Laura Ingraham.
Allison Lutnick, who's Howard Lutnick's, Laura Ingram's on there. J.D. Vance's wife is on there.
Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi.
Yeah.
Sergio Gore is listed, but I doubt he's on there anymore. He's kind of excommunicado.
Maria Bartiromo.
Bartiromo, yeah.
Lee Greenwood.
So probably not.
Lee Greenwood's on there?
Yeah.
Probably
Proud
not.
to be an American.
Probably
one of the greatest songs
probably
of all
Trump
time.
had something to do with it, yeah.
Guys, I don't see any bias whatsoever on this board that Caroline is referencing in her tweet, okay? Now, maybe it's me. You know, I'm able to look outside the box.
I think Steve Wynn's wife is on there, too.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking in my mind, I was like, Steve Winwood?
No.
The legendary singer Steve Winwood. Can you take me home? People are melting down over this right now, and I love it, dude.
Oh.
I love it. Oh, this is great, dude. Good. I like how Carolyn Leavitt's statement. God, this is the best statement I've ever read on this show, I think. I've just been informed. Oh, were you? Who informed you, Caroline?
Was it your literal boss? Was it fucking your literal boss who said that?
Oh God, dude.
Yeah, but he did like remake the Kennedy Center.
He did.
So whatever. But there's speaking of leftist garbage. I watched one battle after another, and it's one of the dumbest movies I've ever watched.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it's fucking terrible. What
I
do you
liked
mean?
it. I loved it.
It's unfocused, pretentious garbage. The plot.
I loved it.
The plot is fucking dumb. It's dumb. The whole thing is fucking stupid.
But isn't
the
that
acting
what
is
today's society is?
No, that wasn't the point of it.
I thought it was.
No, the point of it was that all white people are fucking racist except for this one dude who loves black girls. That's the whole fucking point of it. No, it was trash. The whole thing was absolute trash. The character development was fucking stupid. Didn't make any real sense.
It made perfect sense to me.
No, it didn't make any sense at all.
Because here's what I got out of it. Now that you've seen it, because I literally just raved about this on the show earlier. Going into it, it made me think those people who were involved in this shit, the revolutionaries and all this other stuff, it's a miserable life. It's an awful existence. And if you watch that and you consider yourself one of the people of the movement and the activists and all that shit, that's what your life will end up to be. You'll be on the run. You'll be wearing pajamas.
But it'll
smoking roaches and being fucking poor.
But it'll all work out. You reunite with your daughter, and then you send her out into the world to do the same thing you did because it's noble. That's the fucking message of this movie. It's fucking stupid. The whole thing is dumb.
What was the last part?
The last part is him fucking patting his daughter on the ass, saying, "Go and be a revolutionary, honey.
Yeah.
Be careful."
But that's a miserable life.
No, it's not.
Yes,
she was
it
going
is.
to have fun. That was her identity. She had loved it. Like she's a true believer, just like him.
I think, to me personally, I think it's a miserable life. It's a miserable existence. And this is what's happening in today's society, where you got half of it who's just like, okay, cool. I want power and control. And then what happens? The government takes it back at the end.
But it's not half of it. It's not half of it. It is white people are all racist, but they all secretly love black women.
No.
Yes.
That was a hot black woman in that movie.
She was not hot. She looks like a fucking Skeletor, but
she is really hot.
No,
You're
she's
talking about
definitely
Tiana Taylor.
I don't know who that is, and I don't
That's
care
the
who it
actress.
is. She's ugly. Her face is fucked up. What are you talking about?
You've never thought one woman was attractive on this show, dude. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is not attractive.
Oh my god, dude. Like it is nuts, dude.
No, this woman, I really don't like the hard features like that. It's rough looking, to be honest, and her whole personality and it makes it way worse.
What do you mean?
She's like the whole fucking retarded ghetto bullshit. She's an idiot.
That's the point, though.
Yeah,
like,
I know it's
all
the
these
point, but
people
that's who
that
she
are
is in real life.
I don't know her in real life. Do you?
Yeah. No, I don't know her personally, but that's who she is. Look at her. That's who she is in real life.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking ridiculous nonsense. But yeah, this is all like just it's they tried to fucking make it satirical. They tried to make it a satirical version of that gay ass fucking journalist movie. What the fuck was that one called?
I didn't like I liked half of that movie.
They tried
I'm
to
not
make they tried to
it.
make it a satirical version of that, but there's no irony on the left, so they had to go fucking ham-fisted. This white dude, he's a white dude and he's racist, but he's secretly in love with black women or whatever the fuck, and that's unacceptable. But they'll do it, but they won't fucking do it out loud or whatever the fuck. And that's what all institutional trust is. All the institutions are racist white men, and we are the noble fucking resistance to that, even though we're a bunch of fucking retarded mongoloids. And not only that, but the guy becomes disaffected from it and then reconnects through his daughter by putting her at risk. That's what this is programming. This is fucking stupid.
To me, that is exactly what today's society is. And you have half of the people who believe in this shit and the other half who don't. And I thought they nailed
half
it.
of people don't believe in this.
I don't think it's half, but I think the fringe left does for sure. And then
exactly. So they wrote an entire script based on the viewpoint of a very small amount of people and then made it noble at the end. That's what they did.
I didn't think it was noble at the end.
Well, then you read it wrong because that's exactly what it is.
There is no answer. They
Yeah,
asked
there is.
DiCaprio, they said, what do you think the answer was?
Well, of
And he
course
goes,
he's not going to say he's part of programming society. He's trying to get net zero globalist bullshit pushed. He is a fucking retard.
But even Sean Penn was just like, the beauty of this movie is you guess at the end. And
no,
what
that's
your
not the
guess
beauty.
is.
That's not the beauty. There is no beauty. There's no guess. It is very specifically pointed to romanticize that behavior. That is exactly what
I got the exact opposite. I thought the behavior sucked, and if you're watching that movie, that's going to be your life if you choose to go down that path.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, what life? He's got a comfortable life at the end, and she's going to protest somewhere.
He's in a pair of pajamas.
So what? That's
living
what he
on
wants
someone's
to do.
couch.
That's what. No.
But that's an awful existence.
No, they're fine at the end.
Who is?
DiCaprio and his daughter are fine.
No,
at
he's
the
on a
end.
couch digging for a roach out of a fucking dirty ashtray because he has nothing in this world.
Yeah,
and I think if you go down that path in life, it perfectly shows you that you will have nothing in this world.
Not for women though. Not for women. It's just the man who's an incompetent loser who's in the way of women actually doing the work. Do you really not see this? That's
what?
The entire fucking movie is about. It's literally what the entire movie is about.
This is the whole debate of this movie.
No, it's not.
It is.
I don't give a fuck what other people are saying because they don't understand Marxism. But this is exactly what it's about. It's about fucking institutionalizing the idea that white men are either incompetent or evil.
That is what's going on in the media right now.
Yeah, that's you don't need to make a movie about it. That's fucking stupid. And by the way, the movie was terrible. But that's what it's about. It's about institutionalizing the idea that white men are either incompetent fucking slugs or they are evil, outright evil, but secretly love black women.
But that is what the media is feeding us right now.
I'm not done yet. And the second part of it is that the only relatable people in society are the women who have to navigate their way through masculinity somehow to actually succeed and make society better. It's fucking bullshit. That's not real life. It's not in any way reflective of real life. It is the same postmodernist, anti-masculine trash that has permeated American culture for the last 100 years because specifically of foreign attacks on our country, which I guarantee you the funding from this came from somewhere else.
It always does. But
this is absolute nonsense. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. I was mostly irritated that it wasn't entertaining. There's a couple of scenes where it's entertaining, like that highway shootout thing was pretty entertaining. But the rest of it is just like, especially that whole chase scene, the arc of the second and third act of the movie is she's in the wind and he's trying to find her. That whole shit with Benicio was fucking stupid and disjointed nonsense. It's just fucking dumb.
I loved it.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
One of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. I loved it.
You're just saying that to try to make a point, but your point is wrong. This is postmodernist trash.
It isn't, dude. And your lack of knowledge in pop culture is so fucking far off than the rest of the goddamn
You're
world.
talking about pop culture like it's something. I'm talking about postmodernism, which has intentionally been designed to infiltrate people's culture. Like that's exactly what it's for, and that's what it's happening to you in real time right now, and you don't see it.
No, I saw the movie from a different take of like, hey, dude, there's no way I would ever want that life, ever in my life.
Yeah,
I would never want to choose that route in life.
It's not designed to convince conservative men, conservative white men especially, that that's somehow noble, that they should give up masculinity. It's designed for 51% of the country, which is women, and then 30% of men who are fucking liberal. That's who it's designed for. So a very large swath of the population to reinforce these ideas. That's specifically what movies like this are for.
I got the exact opposite message out of it. And that's the debate that's going on online right now. And even Sean Penn, because I thought for sure when he sat down...
Sean Penn is a leftist. What are you talking about?
Exactly. And I thought when he sat down to do the presser, I thought he was going to say the same thing you were. And he said, no, And he goes, with this
Wait,
movie,
why would he
actually,
say the same thing I'm saying? Why would he betray the fucking ongoing operation that he's a part of?
Because everybody in Hollywood says that
No.
the white man's the fucking problem.
No, they know exactly
Mark
what they're doing.
Ruffalo's interview the other day that went viral. That white men are the fucking problem and all that other shit. I thought Sean Penn would say the exact same thing.
Why?
Because most of them believe that. Most of them do. And surprisingly, he didn't. He was just like, you walk in, and whatever your take is, your take is.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want you to think going into it. Like literally, the psyop has worked. If you believe that, that's the entire point. Of course, he's not going to say he's not. When you're trying to fool somebody, you're like, hey, there's a fucking trap over here. Come jump into it.
So
no, you're like, hey,
you think this movie was funner to be a psyop?
100%, yes. I think most of Hollywood is actually. Most of the media is. They're trying to tailor a fucking message. That's what most entertainment is. It's what most political entertainment is. That's why we have cable news instead of some dude just reading fucking facts. That's the whole point of the whole thing. How much money has China, Russia, India, and Iran spent interfering in our entertainment industry?
Tons.
And to what degree? You can't find a fucking masculine dude anywhere in media that's paid for by Hollywood. Not once. And if he is, he's either an emotionally unavailable, violent guy who might have some kind of heroic arc at some point, but he is off limits to you. James Bond, for example. James Bond's not a good man. He's a shitbag that just happens to be entertaining and violent and towards a good purpose for sometimes. Even the best version that they put out there is still fucked up in some way. And the only way a man can have a hero arc is if his wife and kids are dead, right? Like Keanu Reeves style stuff. There's no fucking just dad who's a good dad.
That's a totally different genre, though.
And it's what? No, no.
It's a different genre.
No, it's
I
not.
just watched Santa Claus with my kids the other day.
Yeah. When's the last time one of those came out?
Shit, man.
Santa Claus was it. It's the last one. That shit doesn't exist anymore.
But Hollywood doesn't exist anymore.
It's been systematically removed, and this has been going on since the 1960s. It's been going on since the 1960s. With this, dad is either a fucking buffoon or a loser. The only positive male role models we saw in the 1990s on television were fucking two black dudes, right? Bill Cosby's character and fucking the dude that got butt fucked by Diddy. What's his name? Reginald Val Johnson. Those are the only two legit. And then because you look at
Step by Step, Patrick Duffy was positive.
He was in the 80s. I'm talking about the 90s. And by the 90s, you get Tim the Toolman Taylor, who, fine, dad, fine. He's a fucking retard. The whole point of that series is that dads are fucking idiots. It's the whole fucking point. Homer Simpson.
Tim Allen was a retard.
Of course he is. The longest running of anything ever other than a soap opera in history is The Simpsons. And Homer is the fucking focus. Right?
So what's your big pitch then? Since you know Hollywood very well, what is it? What's your big pitch?
What do you
that's going to make $100 million around the world, and because you still got to cater to them too. It's a global box office. What's the big pitch that makes that?
I'm not saying
money?
this movie. Well, this movie usually this guy doesn't make money.
He made a fuck ton
around
the world.
This one he did, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, certainly if you sell the idea that American culture is fucked to the world, they're going to buy it because that's what they want to be true. I'm not telling you how to make money in Hollywood. You can make money by selling crack to fucking kids, as Tupac said, right? That doesn't make it right.
What's the pitch? What do you want to see then?
What
do you want to see?
Like a competent, the Santa Claus.
You want to see the Santa Claus movie again?
Yeah, I just watched it the other day. But we should be creating these movies where there are positive male role models. In complicated situations, solving things, because that's what makes society better. Not this fucking gay bullshit where it's like, oh, fucking girl power. Men are just in the way. There's wading through masculinity looking for success somehow because men can't be relied on. That's the whole fucking point of this movie.
It is not, but if you don't make different movies for all different types of people, let's face it, are chicks going to take their fucking girlfriends out to see Santa Claus? Probably not. They're gonna take their families out to see it if they got them.
What chicks take their girlfriends out? What do you mean?
Like Sex and the City. Like when Sex and the City hit theaters and all that other shit.
It bombed. What are you talking about?
No, the movie made a shit ton of money.
It was terrible. And then
it wasn't a good movie, but it made a ton of money.
And then the series came out and they fucking canceled it because it was so bad.
It went 3 more seasons. I mean, it was a lot.
They canceled. Well, you get 3 seasons on HBO as a package deal. You sign the deal, but they fucking canceled it after that.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta have
They canceled
variety
it.
out
They
there.
canceled it before all the. Well, there is no variety. The Santa Claus came out in 1994. I'm again asking you, when's the last positive male role model you've seen in a major fucking budget picture? When's the last time?
So like this Christmas or last Christmas, the Kurt Russell one, he played Santa Claus. That was a great movie.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, it was on Netflix. They made a sequel.
What's it called? I've never heard of it.
I mean, look.
Has anybody heard of it?
Pretty much every major Marvel character was a positive male role model.
I'm sorry, like
was
who,
not
for
stupid,
example?
Who was not stupid.
I'm not saying they're all stupid, but which one was a positive male role model?
Iron Man.
Captain America. Iron Man's not a positive male role model. No,
Yeah,
he is
he has
emotionally distant and unreliable
He
to
has a
women.
whole arc where he becomes not that.
Yeah, after fucking 15 movies, right?
It's
But
actually
there
after-
was a 15-year period where he was just a playboy piece of shit.
No, he gets with Pepper Potts after Iron Man 2.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then they're fucking arguing and separated for like 3 of the fucking things.
He's absolutely a positive male role model. Intelligent, uses his strength to protect
at the
people.
end. At the end, I agree
throughout
with
most
that.
of it.
Throughout
he is.
all of it.
At the
He
end, I
becomes
agree
a
with that.
surrogate father to Spider-Man. Like and then Captain America's like unimpeachably.
Sure, but Captain America and Iron Man also were written fucking 40 years ago.
They were written by modern writers for these movies.
No. Those characters were written fucking decades and decades ago.
Movies
right?
were written
These movies just came out.
by modern writers.
Yes.
Yeah, the characters
Yeah.
were created, but they're not necessarily similar.
So we found 2 over the last 40 years.
Well, it's like the 2 highest grossing films of the last 40
Okay,
years.
yeah,
almost,
because
too.
of the Chinese market, though. That's why they make superhero movies. It's not
mean,
because of American market
they
necessarily.
did very well here.
Well, let's say domestically, right?
The Avengers is the highest grossing movie of all time.
It crushed domestically, it crushed internationally.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
nowhere it didn't crush.
Yeah, because it's a superhero movie. It has nothing to do with American culture, though. And the point is, you can name 2. The fact that they're highest grossing doesn't mean shit. You name 2, right? You're talking about variety. We don't have a variety. We have primarily jackass dudes who are unreliable, unstable, not great dads, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and then a mountain of everything else, of dad being a dipshit. The standard in Hollywood has been for a very long time that dad's a fucking dipshit and unreliable, and that women survive in spite of them, not because of them. That's been the standard. And I don't understand how you can't see that. We can't find, like, stuff that isn't superhero movies. You can't find male role models.
Well, that feels like moving the goalpost, to be honest.
How is it moving the fucking goalpost?
Because I just gave you 2 and you're like, superhero movies don't count?
Other than 2 fucking examples
Well,
over the
it's
last
like-
however fucking long, and every other fucking movie that's made, every television show that's made is something to the opposite of that. It's not moving the fucking goalpost.
But Hollywood isn't making TV or movies that much anymore. Like, so what are you going to get? You got to cater to what is actually going to bring in money, and that's just owning a business.
I'm not saying it's not a smart business decision. I'm saying that they're fucking cunts.
And that's fine, but I mean, you still got to run a business at the end of the day.
Sure, yeah. If you're willing to fucking sell crack to kids, you go for it.
Yeah, I mean, look, Paramount's shit. Landman. What do you think of Landman?
Landman's good, yeah.
What do you think of what was the one before that with Kevin Costner? Yellowstone.
That's not great.
Not sure there's good people in that.
Yeah, I don't think any good people at all in that fucking entire
But those
movie,
are the 2
right?
highest rated shows, right? So, yeah, you're going to repeat the formula to keep a successful business going.
Landman's
That's
good.
what it is.
How good would you say Billy Bob Thornton is in Landman?
I personally love him as a dad.
That's not what I
What
asked.
flaws are you comfortable with the male character having?
Well, I
Because
mean,
obviously a interesting character is not going to be flawless.
sure, yeah. No, that's good. Yeah. For 100%, the anti-hero part is something, because you could find as dumb as he was, I guess, even Tony Soprano had some, like, if you were watching it in.
I didn't think he was dumb.
If he's a knucklehead, but like not dumb streetwise. If you were watching it in 2015, you probably think differently than you were watching it in 2005 or 2025, right? Because culture is changing. He wouldn't be. He's not a buffoon dad. He's a strong dad with fucking other issues going on. He's an anti-hero guy. Anti-hero, kind of like constantly cheating on his wife, obviously, but not letting his kids get taken advantage of is something.
So for me, I just don't like the traditional 3-camera sitcom dorky shit, right?
No, you can't. Nobody watches that shit anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's the only way you can do that now.
No, you just said there's some Kurt Russell movie about
I know.
Santa Claus.
I
never heard of it.
I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. and then he goes back to he gets arrested because they don't believe he's Santa, and then he creates a band in prison, which is awesome. And they sing Elvis hits, but whatever.
I'm gonna have to watch this because nothing.
Well, it's for children. It's for children.
Oh, I see.
So it's a kids movie, which I liked. But across the board, I mean, look. Kids aren't watching fucking TV or movies or anything else. So, yeah, it's that a 3-camera sitcom right now with a good dad. It doesn't do well. I mean, there's one hit. It's that chick, Bob. Who's the female comedian from the South? She's got blonde hair.
Mel Robbins.
No, she's got blonde hair. She's a comedian. She's got a show that's kind of similar to Roseanne. Very thick accent. Fuck. Laverne, Levine, something like that. Somebody killed
Interstellar's a good one.
But there's a ton of movies and all that other shit.
Also, one of the most
somebody said Terminalist. His family's dead. Interstellar is a good one.
One of the most decorated shows of this year. I think it got watched a decent amount too, but it centers entirely around like a pretty hyper competent man. Is The Pit.
Oh yeah, shit!
I never heard of it.
Yeah, dude.
It's a hospital show. Noah Weil is running an ER.
That's a great show. It all takes place in a 24-hour span. I watched that on HBO.
Yeah. Who's Noah Wiles?
He was in ER.
He was in ER.
He's a famous actor. You know me, so I'll pull him up.
He plays a doctor.
The one that was in
most of his fucking
was he in
career.
SWAT too?
No, I think it's something else.
Oh yeah, I recognize that guy. Yeah.
But he's just a competent, steady-handed doctor, kind of fighting off hospital administration while dealing with the day-to-day. I mean, he's nothing but, he's a character, so obviously there's a little bit, but
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, look, again, it depends on what's going to do well, what's going to make money. And
this has gotten a million nominations. I don't know if the Emmys have happened yet, but the
Golden Globes have.
Golden Globes.
So he's nominated for Best Actor. The show's nominated for Best Drama. It's an excellent show. I watched it, by the way, on HBO.
I haven't seen that one.
It all takes place in a 24-hour cycle in a hospital. But, they're just not making that much TV and movies anymore. That's the other issue with this. And nobody can get this shit greenlit.
Well, you're not going to get anything that's, I guess in the last 3 to 5 years, we've kind of turned the corner. I think people have seen the success that Paramount's had, CBS has had. So you're going to get more of it now. But there's a good 40-year period there where that just wasn't the case. When it came to bulk Hollywood, they would still, like the Christmas stuff, holiday stuff, you get a couple. Santa Claus is one. What's the other one?
But it all depends on the movie and the year and all that other shit. Like Top Gun 2. Did you like that?
Yeah, but that doesn't happen without Tom Cruise being attached. Obviously, it's Top Gun, but I mean, just a movie like that at that time in the middle of COVID doesn't happen unless Tom Cruise says it's happening. Which is the reason Hollywood owes him a significant debt of gratitude. But they still had to remove some country's flag off of it.
Yes.
Right?
I think they took the Taiwan flag off of the back of his bomber jacket.
Yeah, because Taiwan can't be allowed.
No,
to
they wouldn't release it in China.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And then Janzer in the chat makes a good point. As soon as Tony Stark's dead, what do? They roll out all the fucking woke woman bullshit for like 5 straight years. And it tanks them too, which good for us. Yeah. Good for American culture that it happened that way.
But it was also the sign of the times. During all that shit, it was during Biden, during Me Too, all that other, and then the overcorrection happened, and now you're seeing what's possible now.
Yeah, but it's been the standard in television and entertainment, more broadly speaking, to trash dad for a very long time. I mean, think about the biggest hits in television have primarily been Dads and Idiots. Homer Simpson's the most obvious version. And the second most obvious might be fucking Peter, what's his name?
Family Guy?
Yeah, Family Guy. Then you've got Modern Family. Ed's just a fucking whipping bag dipshit the whole time with the occasional hint of, and then his son-in-law is even worse, right? The guy that's won more primetime Emmys than anybody.
Ty Burrell, yeah.
Ty Burrell. And I think it's mostly because he's pretty, to be honest. Although he is a really funny actor.
He's pretty fucking funny.
But that character, dipshit, I mean, it's like for every one like solid dad figure you get, it's 80 dipshits. every single time, right? And it's like there's no question about this. We've had trials about this. There's a bill in Congress that got passed in the 50s to stop communists from infiltrating our media. It's been going on for 100 years.
Yeah, but what were they is the question. Like, what were those movies?
What do you mean?
Were they?
In the 50s?
Yeah.
There weren't any in the 50s, really, because that was the infiltration period.
Yeah.
It's called, I can't remember the kid's name. It's in 60, maybe. He was a Marxist, and he coined the phrase, the long march through the institutions. It was a continuation of this guy, Herbert Marcuse from the Frankfurt School, talking about how to infiltrate American culture, because America is the last great hope of man, as Lincoln said. To infiltrate American culture and do whatever we can to make them tear themselves apart from the inside out. And the primary way that they've done that is to attack masculinity. And if you look around at the last 60 or 70 years of American media and you don't see a direct attack on masculinity, then you're not paying attention.
I've only seen it in the last, I'll say 8 years. But I also think it's a Trump issue. I think it's a media issue with Trump himself versus a direct attack or assault on it. Hollywood's got their own fucking problems, but look, if Weinstein was out, you still get great movies. That's all I'm saying. Okay, just asking questions, just like Candace Owens. All right. Now's the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. You can submit on drinkinbros.com. Over there, we got the merch here. Is Brandon back there still walking around? Yep. He just designed these new joggers, dude. I'm wearing them right now. So I walked around and grabbed Blana earlier, and there was a reason I'm wearing these today. Boom. We got them right here, and I'm wearing them on camera. Hey, you fucking knocked this out of the park, dude. These are comfortable as shit. I don't think I thanked you for these yesterday, but goddamn, man, these rock, and super fucking proud of these. So if you go on the homepage right now on drinkinbros.com, the new joggers are fucking comfortable as shit. I went to the gym in them. I gave it a full test. I give all this shit a full fucking test, Brandon. And these worked great, man. Deeper pockets than the other ones, all that other shit. So my fucking phone wasn't falling out or anything else. And then that new OD Green hoodie that we have and the fucking hats rock the shit. So thank you again. And you can submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week on drinkinbros.com. It gets to us live on air. You can also do it on the app. The app is free on iTunes and Android. But I don't know what their version of... What's their version of...
Just the Android App Store.
Okay, the Android App Store.
Or Google Play Store.
It's free. And then you can listen to all the podcasts on there, all the other shit on there. And there's also a wall, like the old Zuckerberg wall, so nothing will ever get deleted. And you can do pretty much whatever you want over there, including 30 seconds of video, which is fun. You can submit for Drinkin' Bro of the Week here. This one just came in, back to back here. There's a lot of them. God damn. All right. This is two different people nominating the same person. So we'll start with the first one, Drinkin' Bro submission. Billy Dilling from Illinois, listener since the First Responder Call-In show. Oh, I remember that. Fuck, dude. Man, that was a long time ago. That was fun. I told you guys to call in with your craziest fucking first responder stories. It was great. Is nominating Greg Biffle, deceased, who we just talked about. Greg, his wife, and both of his children were obviously tragically killed in that plane crash in North Carolina. Greg, outside of being a NASCAR Hall of Famer, was also a great guy who did a lot of humanitarian work, and especially with his helicopter during Hurricane Helene. Him and his family will be deeply missed by the community, racing fans, as well as the Cletus McFarland fans that have grown up to love him on the channel. Raise hell, praise Dale, and sleeves off for the Biff. Another one that just came in back-to-back, and I'll read these, but it is about Greg Biffle as well. Drinkin' Bro submission, Brian Washington, listening since the beginning of COVID, is also nominating Greg Biffle as well. And his sentiment at the end said his kindness and his passion for helping others is something we all as citizens should strive to achieve. He and his family will be dearly missed. Rest in peace, Biff. Absolutely, man. Rest in peace. What a tragic story right before the holidays, man. Hate to hear this. And like I said earlier, it absolutely sucks. If you're out there, join us. for the Christmas show here in Austin tomorrow night at the studio. That is 9221 Highway 290 West. Austin, Texas, 78736, 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Got the Creed cover band Higher playing as well, doing a live show, having all the fun stuff. And then, Byron, what were you about to say?
Yeah, I got to give a quick shout out to Skinny Pimps BBQ on Kick. He subscribed and also gifted some other subscriptions to the channel. So appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out over there. Just wanted to give him a
Is that a company?
I think we know them.
The Skinny Pimps BBQ, a barbecue, a company?
It could be. That's the username it's going by.
Yeah, I think I know this person, actually. I think they were in the office. We've had thousands of people come in and out of this office since we opened up 4 years ago here. Even with the old studio when we were here in Oltorf for about a year and a half while this was getting remodeled. Now, the highway is encroaching on us, and we're throwing one last Christmas bash here. Show will go on, obviously, but studio will probably change next year.
He did confirm he was at the first show in this studio.
I fucking knew it, dude. Yeah. I knew it. You don't forget Skinny Pimps.
Steel Trap.
Barbecue, for Christ's sakes. I forget a lot of shits, but Skinny Pimps Barbecue will always have my heart and dong, dude, as well as my stomach. So, yeah. Is he going to be here tomorrow night? Shit.
I'm not sure. He hasn't said.
And then whoever hit me up about barbecuing tomorrow night, let me know. We got grills out back, and we're down. Bring some meats in, some fun stuff. But, yeah, man, we're raging tomorrow night. It's going to be a fucking awesome show. Creed band, cover band Higher is fucking awesome. We'll have some food. Some free bicycles for the kids and all that other fun stuff. Appreciate you tuning in on a day in and day out basis. If you can't make the Christmas show, go to Spotify, rate the show a 5-star, no review needed over there. Then head on over to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. That is all the advertisers care about. For Anthony Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News, last one of the year. Good night, everyone.